Hello and welcome back to Dial H for HeroClix. I'm your host, Kalder and Ian. This episode, we're going to be talking about a couple of state tournaments that we played in and ones that happened all over the place. And of course, talk about the HeroClix Open Pulp announcement. This is episode 580. Howdy, howdy. Let's get rowdy.
Do you really want to click save?
Leadership.
Roll a six, make a move extreme.
Token up.
Taking action from your team. I go straight to your start. Hypersonic speed.
Roll a 5.
Getting brave, hitting blades, claws, fangs.
KO.
Stick and move, click a few just to hit a stop. Need a 3 CCE on a flurry close.
Tear your dials apart.
Once the timer starts, do you really want to click save? What's going up must come down. Do you really want to click save? Baby, you gotta bounce. Find the word you soon become. You're the best, the judge is wrong, but you apply the damage on. Roll your dice for initiative, son.
Dial H for HeroClix is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock every day, including all latest HeroClix singles and sealed products. Make sure to check them out at CoolStuffInc.com. Use code DIAL5, DIAL5, for 5% off your Cool Stuff Inc. order. And if you want to get HeroClix straight from the source, you can go to shop.whizkids.com. Use code DIALH10 for 10% off your HeroClix order over there. Not usable with certain pre-orders, iconics, or promos. Joining me like always in the studio is Ian Eggleston. What's going on, Ian? Jamming out.
Boys are back in town.
Boys are back in town.
We're back in town. It's been a while, guys.
I'm back. It's been a while since we've been... Yeah.
It's been a while since I've played in a tournament.
It has.
Yeah.
It was before we both played in a tournament.
Dude,
though. Yeah.
I thought about it. The last time I played in like a competitive tournament, like a states tournament.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I think I was playing Mad Jim.
Wow.
I think
Really?
my last available tournament I played in like this
It's like 2-ish years ago then?
Yeah.
Like,
I couldn't believe it.
holy smokes.
And yeah, I guess that answers for the people who ask, like, well, don't you guys miss playing, like, when you go to these big events? I guess not.
Nah.
But then I played
guess.
again. I was like, dang, I really missed this.
I love playing Team Sealed. And, you know, I've made a point. I played that last year at Worlds, and I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed when you, Ryan, and I played Team Sealed
That
down
was
in Florida.
fun,
Like, I really enjoyed that.
I
That's
guess
a
if you
really
count
fun
that.
event. You know,
But a constructed
as a constructed
state
thing,
tournament?
no, it was really fun to get back into constructed.
It was, man.
But it wasn't like a, wow, I've been missing this so much. It was just like refreshing. It was like, oh yeah, this is really fun to do. You know, like
Yeah.
I can't believe it's been so long. Yeah.
Kind of take the gloves off, or I guess put them back on for this analogy.
Yeah.
I'm going to go fight again. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
But I'm not like
get into
sitting
the
there
whole process of that.
scratching my arm at Worlds like, oh, I wish I was playing right now. You know, I'm not really doing that. Yeah.
That's definitely
I'm chill.
gone as far as like the
Yeah.
competitive drive. I mean, when I was younger, like when I was like, I'd say like 16 to 20, I definitely had my sights on like, yeah, I want to get good enough to like
Yeah.
possibly be like a world's contender. Like that's where I want to be. And for a while, I'd say I was like playing at that level. But man, it's yeah, it's a different landscape, and you really have to keep up with this stuff. Like I think
do.
when you spend time like we do in the seats we're in, your macro doesn't really change. The way you look at like the outer shell of the game, it's like, yeah, I understand interactions, I understand how this works, I can talk theoretics all day.
Yeah.
But micro play and positioning, oh brother, oh my goodness,
It's just so different.
dude, it's wild.
And when things change constantly, new set shakes the meta up almost every time. You know?
much, yeah.
So it's like you got to be on top of this stuff.
So you can point at stuff and go, ah, gosh, that's nasty.
It looks gross.
Man, like Rogue Prime, like that I was so crazy about. And now, you know, now that she's like the most oppressive thing right
Yeah.
now, I'm like, I never want to play that.
Yeah, it's more fun to build with something when it's like, oh, this maybe could work.
Yes.
But now that it's just like, oh, that's just a thing that's good.
Yeah.
That's lame.
With Rogue, I was never questioning if it could work. I was like, how much is
Oh,
this
sure.
going to work?
Right.
But with what I did actually play, that was very much a... Well, we'll
It was
get into
cool.
that later, because
Yeah.
it's a funny story. But yeah, how was your week, man?
It was good.
You've been out and about.
Yeah, I just got back from my Arizona trip. yesterday, and like I've had the worst sleep schedule since then. Dude, I've been passing in and out. I've just been like woke up at like 3 a.m. and I'm like, guess I'm awake. Need to get back to sleep.
HeroClix.
HeroClix. But it was really fun. So, like, yeah, kind of like what made me happy. Some things on that trip that were really cool. Besides, of course, the state tournament, which I'll talk about. But I went on a few different hikes around there. I didn't really know, like, I didn't bring hiking shoes. I just had my cowboy boots and stuff with me. So I wasn't, like, super, like, planning on, like, hiking. But I wanted to go do that. All of the trails just went around, like, the base of this mountain. And I was like, that's kind of dumb. I want to get to the top.
I want to be up
so
there.
I like just went straight up like vertically, and it was like really tough. I didn't think I could do it.
Free solo.
So I just kind of like I just kind of walked up. It wasn't like a mountain. It wasn't like rock climbing or anything. But there were certainly some times where like midway through, you know, where like it's hot, you're kind of pushing yourself, and you're kind of like a little out of it. And I was like putting my hands on like rocks to climb the entire time. I almost like put my hand on a cactus at one point, and I was like, "Ooh, I should sit down for a second, drink some water." And then I should go again. I don't want to do that. That would be very miserable. It'll take me like 30 minutes to get down from here with like prickles in my hands. But that was really fun. I kind of stayed with my buddy. Stayed with my dad for a little bit. Stayed with my buddy who got married last year down there. Spent like 2 days just going to comic book stores, collectible stores. It was a blast. That's like one of my favorite things to do on vacation. See what they have.
Oh, dude, it's so fun.
I picked up some really cool Captain America stuff. I saw one of the coolest pieces of original artwork. I took a picture of it. I forget who the artist is, but it was a picture of the Golden Age Green Lantern, so Alan Scott, and Captain America, like drawn together on the same, but it's very Golden Agey looking. And apparently it was a totally new image made by the guy that made Alan Scott, like the dude that came up with Alan Scott. He drew this for some dude named Roy, I guess, because that's like who it's like made out to on the bottom. But the frame, it was this original piece of artwork of Captain America and Green Lantern made by the guy that made Alan Scott. And I was like, that is such a cool piece of like comic art history. I'm not spending $475 on it, but I'll take a picture of it and I'll talk about it because that's really neat. And then I come to find out that I'm like, did this guy even ever draw Captain America? Like, why did he draw these two? And like, why did he draw those two characters together? Who knows?
Maybe Roy liked them.
Maybe Roy liked both of them. Hey, Roy had great taste. Alan Scott's a great character. Captain America's a great character. But I did find out this artist drew Captain America in Weird Tales. Apparently, near the end of Captain America's original run in like 1949, he had 2 issues of Captain America's
Is this
weird,
like the Great Value Strange Tales set?
It was kind of, but it was these really creepy. So basically, Captain America was a horror book for 2 issues, 74 and 75, and maybe a few more issues outside of that. But it was all Captain America's Weird Tales, and the covers are creepy for like 1949 era. So that's kind of a fun little backstory about that artist. But I had a great time. Went on some hikes, hung out with some friends. You know, yeah. Arizona was cool. It was like, nice, I had such weird, like, feeling hot, feeling cold in Arizona, because obviously it's really cold here. And then in Arizona, they're kind of keeping things not as cold as I would keep them in my house, you know? So I'm, like, burning up. When I'm staying at my buddy's house, I'm like, dude, he's keeping it at 70 degrees. And I know this is, like, probably cold for him, but I'm like, I'm burning up
that's
right
like
now.
keeping the house warm.
Exactly, yeah. I was like
that's what I think that's what our house is at literally right now.
I think so, yeah. Dude,
and
yes,
last night I was like, it's a little hot in here.
A little hot in here, yeah. And so,
but it was close my vent up.
It was a fun trip. It was kind of cool to get away from everything and just kind of do whatever for a week. I was kind of telling a lot of people, this is probably my first like real quote unquote vacation. Because anytime I actually take off time from work, it's like got to go do the holidays with the family or for HeroClix events is really the only time I really take off time from work. It's never just like, yeah, I'm just going to go someplace and hang out and do nothing. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So it was kind of nice to do that.
I'm actually planning one of those, and I had that same epiphany of...
Right?
Oh, actually, it's funny. To put this all together, I was talking to Ryan Redman, and I was like, we were making some joke, and I was like, oh yeah, a vacation without HeroClix? And Christine goes, you can do that?
Yup.
It was really funny.
What in the world?
But yeah, man, I had a good week as well.
Nice.
So it was really, really cold here, but my parents came down for the weekend. But instead of talking about all the fun, I mean, legitimately, it was a great week of like clicks. I built so many teams this week offhand.
Oh, nice.
My work has still been really slow, so the HeroClix motor's literally just been running.
It's just like you see the front of our house, and it's just covered in snow, and you're just typing away on your computer. I have to build teams, you know? You're just cozied up while we get hit by this blizzard.
The first day you were gone as well, WizKids was kind enough to send us the Thundercats Iconics. And
Just missed it.
the Hercules
It was
as
crazy.
well. Dude, the Hercules, I really, really like both
They look
of these.
cool.
So that was exciting. The Thundercats, like specifically Lino, I really like. I don't think he's like, oh, peak of the meta, but I'm going to play him.
Yeah.
This guy's super cool. Yeah, I really like these iconic sets. So if you guys haven't seen the dials for those, I'll probably talk about them a bit this episode too, but check those out. But yeah, so parents come down. We go to this restaurant called Clio. Are you familiar with that?
I'm not.
So it's like kind of this Mediterranean restaurant. The food was good.
Okay.
We get there at 3:30, and we order some little appetizers, whatever. But we put our order in for like the entree, like the main course here.
Yep.
At like 3:40. It did not come out until 5:40, and apparently that's like normal.
2 hours?
Dude, I was like, so it's like, oh yeah, here's like a plate of like hummus, and here's like a salad. Like it's like probably 3 or 4 different things. And I'm like, this is nice and all, but it's like if the course length is like 2 hours to get to like the main thing, it's weird too, because before I left for this restaurant, I had in my head, I was like, I should eat something. So I was just sitting in this restaurant
You're
like
just
starving.
Oh.
Because it's like, oh, here's like 5 little potatoes. Here's a little salad. Here's a little hummus. And I'm just like, I need to like eat. And so I'm at the table going like, this is crazy. And my mom's like, well, it's actually very European to do this. I'm like, it's European to be like what? Short-staffed or something? But it wasn't even that. I don't know. So anyway, how do you guys stand on that? Is 2 hours too long
That's insane.
for a main course to come out?
Yeah.
Personally, I was the only person in the group who was like, this is wild.
Really?
Everyone else is like, I'm actually really, maybe, no.
No.
And maybe I'm just a hater. But I will not be going
I
back
feel
to
like
that
1
restaurant.
hour is like pushing it. It's like, yeah, I get it. It takes time to prepare all the food. I think waiting
Yeah.
an hour for food is like about right. But I feel like 45
Bro,
minutes.
you can cook salmon in 10 minutes.
And yeah, it shouldn't take that long. Was this place like swamped at like 3
No.
o'clock? No. Okay, yeah.
No, it wasn't a staff thing, so it's not me being a Karen, guys. It legitimately, like, this was like an administered thing. Like, this is how they do it.
What did you order?
Salmon.
Oh,
Salmon and rice.
I have no idea.
The
how
menu
that
was
would
also
take.
like 10 things.
How in the world?
But yeah, all these little things came out. And I don't know. And they're like, well, Ian, you don't really have like fine dining experience. Like, I've eaten at nice places. It's never taken this long. So
2 hours? Yeah.
spending my what made me happy time to complain about salmon coming out late.
There you go.
But I have to air it out here.
Oh, you have
because
to.
In my group, I was being looked at like I was like rude or crazy for being like, this is like not normal.
This is
right?
fine, guys. We're all okay
Very
with this.
European. I'm like, in what way? If this is how the Europeans are eating, where you eat 2 hours
Last
after you're
I
hungry.
checked, we're in America.
Yeah.
That's
also, we're in America.
it's like it's very European. They lost, didn't you hear? Yeah. Maybe you didn't get the FYI.
Maybe you didn't get the memo. But to put a bow on that, no, it was really good to see my family.
Yeah, cool.
I hung out with a handful of people this week. Yeah, I spent a ton of time talking HeroClix, working on stuff. CCO, we got some of that juicy product in.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
the lanterns. Ooh, the extra little prizing.
Dude, all that stuff is crazy.
Participation
I'm loving
LEs,
it.
the hype up for the new format, which I'm sure we'll transition into. I don't know, Calder, what do you want to talk about first?
Honestly,
Silver Pulp or States?
I'd probably rather talk about Silver Pulp first. I don't have a lot to add to it, so
Sure.
if we just want to like go ahead, cover it really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Silver
you can kind
Pulp.
of spearhead, yeah.
We have a new 400-point format with a 200-point silver floor in the mix. So that is going to be Superior Foes of Spider-Man Forward, and then everything else that you already know and love in Modern. But it does follow the Pulp rule set of commons, uncommons, rares, main sets. There's a handful of questions that have come about. If you guys do have questions on the format, don't direct them to like me, David, Chris, or CCO Page. Like, you can ask them there, but we are not arbiters for this. We are not able to rule on this. This is a WizKids format. So if you have asked those questions and we have not been able to provide answers, I'm sorry. It's just not in my wheelhouse to do that, unfortunately. But Silver Pulp, I think, is exciting. I have some like gives and takes with it. Like, personally, the 200-point floor, I'm not particularly big on. I really like silver for Pulp because I think there's a lot of really cool stuff that you can revisit. Like, I've already thought of a ton of stuff. There's so much stuff from, like, A60 as well.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, the Falcon, that rare Hulk, like, definitely still holds up.
The Falcon, the Hulk. Oh, no, I almost said Doctor Strange.
One of your favorites, too, from way back, Sheriff Steve Rogers.
Dude,
that guy.
I was already building a little bit with him. Chance and I have been building a lot with Sheriff Steve, and I'm like, this is cool. He's fun.
A good
He's
piece.
good. No, I think there's a lot of really fun Silver Age stuff in the mix. I feel like there's going to be the main contenders that we were used to back when Silver was kind of, or not Silver, but when Pulp was being pushed. So there's things like from Batman Team Up, things from Avengers 60th, Avengers Forever, like that Doctor Strange, the free
Avengers
TK,
Forever. That's what I meant.
Blue Marvel, all that stuff. I mean, Falcon is still from A60, but yeah, Avengers Forever,
Marvel, Kazar, Doctor Strange. I don't have a list in front of me, but I know
it's a
there's
ton of good stuff.
There's good stuff in there. So it's really fun to have all of that rehashed. But from like an accessibility standpoint, I think that's where my biggest gripe with the floor is. Like a player like me or Kalder, like we look at that and it's like, sure, we can build with that. We have all these things. But when you put a 200-point floor into the format and now like a newer player who might not have as big of a collection needs to go out and get silver pieces, that's where I start to kind of go like, I don't love this.
Yeah.
So as far as playability goes, I still think Silver Pulp will be a ton of fun. Like, I'm really looking forward to it. But that's kind of where my biggest question mark is like, if this was like a 300-point format with no floor, how different is that from like a new player perspective? And so kind of, you know, like it just really depends on how, like, the frame of mind you're looking at it. I think either way, though, I will enjoy this. I'm excited to put more use to my collection. You know, Silver, we were pretty against it at first.
We were, yeah.
Like, very much so. And now that's shaped out to be, like, a much better format. I think that's also because people are now easing into it in the same way we did, where it's like, okay, I've accepted that I can't prep for everything. But I can have a general idea of, like, things that are good or mechanics to watch out for. And now that the ban list and kind of the restricted list has shaped out more and things like Dark Side, you know, abusable things have lessened, it feels like like Scott Crampton has famously said, you don't sit down and instantly lose. It feels like there's a lot less of that. Yeah. And so while that doesn't necessarily directly translate into Pulp, I'm expecting there's probably going to be like some problematic things when you have like 3,000 figures or something.
10 years of sets.
A lot of
HeroClix being about 3,000-ish. I guess for just Kerr, maybe a little less, but yeah, a lot.
So I'm trying to adopt the same mindset I do now with Silver, where I understand that bumps in the road are going to be there, but ultimately it's just going to have to be something that's driven over, and eventually the road will flatten out if enough people drive on it.
True.
And I'm hoping that, you know, with all of this, like, WizKids will see if there is problematic things, like, they will go, like, immediately my mind goes, like, the Danger Room pieces are problematic. Magneto and Sabretooth are nasty.
Yeah, they're gross. They're really gross.
I don't know if the X of Swords ones are as bad. Like, is Juggernaut pretty good, I guess?
Mystique, Juggernaut, and Sebastian Shaw. Sebastian Shaw ain't good. Definitely.
No, he is not good.
Juggernaut's, like, kind of something, though.
Yeah, I feel like he's pretty good.
Charged, Quake, whatever piece.
Apocalypse?
Like I forgot about Apocalypse. I don't know what he did. I thought he was not good for some reason.
I don't feel like he did very much.
Yeah.
But but Magneto's like an absolute stud.
Yeah, he's a beast. Yeah, the
Franklin
whole just taking
Richards?
one damage thing, Franklin Richards, he's obviously really good. Pick a power. I feel like, Nathaniel Richards can give out powers to people when they keep an object. Like, there's a lot of ways. Like, so if you still think like that Magneto is going to be a problem, you're like, oh, well, at least you can't pulse wave. Oh, you can totally pulse wave. Nathaniel Richards can just give it to him.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a lot of things and a lot of crazy combos like that where Silver just rewards people that have been playing for longer.
It does.
In many different ways, right? Like, number one, you know what a lot of these pieces do. You're not completely lost looking back on these sets. Number two, you own probably a lot of these figures, you know, or at least have the knowledge to go get them. That's my only kind of bummer standpoint about Pulp and specifically the Silver floor, is that if I'm a new person, I feel like Pulp is supposed to be the cheap format. It was originally like called Pauper, now it's called Pulp, whatever. It's using commons and commons rares. I feel like the point of it is supposed to be a cheap, accessible format. I do feel like the Silver floor goes against that a little bit, but at the same end, it's not that expensive to get old silver stuff, but it just doesn't seem as an easy
could
of an
be,
entry.
though.
But it could be. Yeah, some of these are $20 rares, like there's a lot of, maybe more, so there are some issues I kind of feel like they don't play well within itself as a concept, but I'm still curious to team build with it and try it out.
Exactly,
So I'm
yeah.
curious what newer people think. Anybody I've talked to about it has been like, yeah, it's cool. I like it. And I was like, really? Okay. Kind of surprising, honestly, because I was like kind of iffy on it. So at least for anybody at like the Arizona States and a few people I asked in their life, they seem pretty cool with it. But yeah, I'm curious from a new player's perspective, how accessible is it actually? Because for the most part, I'm talking to other HeroClix players.
It's hard to survey the
what
people
we talked about
who haven't
don't exist
participated
yet, maybe
or bought.
kind of, yeah.
But the idea that like somebody purchasing new product is like inhibited from playing if they don't have any older product.
That's the bummer part.
And
yeah.
sure, the community can help out. You can always borrow stuff. But at the same time, there's a good chunk of people who are like, well, I don't want to do that. I want to play like my things.
Yeah.
And whatever. You can go all these different ways with it. That's my biggest thing is like the accessibility standpoint. And to kind of go hand in hand with that, something I'm not sure how I feel about, like I've gone back and forth on is maps for Silver Pulp.
Yeah.
Being that,
is it all just whatever silver maps are legal? Is that what the rules are right now
Yeah.
for it? Yeah, I don't like that.
so
Or I
you
don't
can
love it.
have bigger maps, and I don't know, like I think your math and your strategy changes so much from big to small maps, and then from big maps that are restrictive, like like playing a Pulp
Yeah.
game on King's Tomb does not thrill me. Playing a Pulp map on something like Ancient Hold, if that's like legal, just throwing these out as an example, that does not excite me, especially when you throw in like things like improved movement blocking are less accessible in Pulp. They exist, but it's a more specific thing you're paying for as opposed to something that you just get with a figure you're already playing in like Modern or Silver. So to prep around that specifically, where it's like, okay, my team functions fine on like a small map. Maybe it does like okay on like a restrictive small map, but a restrictive big map, what am I doing? And if a majority of the game is spent like clearing a path, I've always hated that. And if you build a team to like abuse a restrictive map, which is like, something that's always going to happen, but I feel like it's
Viable
so much more
strategy,
heightened.
But I don't like it.
So much more heightened by long silver maps.
Oh yeah, totally. Extra.
So I don't like that. But
Whatever,
I've gone
eight
back and
squares to deal
forth on
with.
it because it's like, well, it adds variety, sure. You can build around like maybe playing that big map. Maybe there's some people who do that. But then again, I go back to like the accessibility parts of it. And it's like, who's going to be picking up like the larger map specifically for Pulp? So it's like the new player who maybe gets into like maximizing things. Like, sure, they're going to dive deep. But like you said, they don't have like the previous knowledge base.
They don't, yeah.
And I don't know. I think ultimately my stance is that I would prefer if it was just small maps. But I can see why some people are saying, no, big maps are important. Where I start to disagree is when I think about some of like the nasty big maps like Morlock Tunnels and
Ancient Hold,
King's
all of
Tomb.
these Kings, yeah.
So maybe if they like
It's not
banned some
fun.
of those nastier big maps, I'd be like more okay with it. I don't know. I just personally like my mind is in 16 by 16 now.
Yeah.
Like that's where I'd like
It's
it to
completely
stay.
how I operate.
So that's my personal feel on it. But other people, they're going to have differing opinions, and that's totally fine. I'm really looking forward to the feedback that you guys give us for these events. I hope you show up and play. I think it's going to be a lot of fun regardless. And again, to go back to the analogy of the bumpy road, there's going to be bumps in the road. And if it's not great the first time around, well, we have plenty of time to change that, right?
Yeah.
I just hope, the biggest hope for all of this is that it doesn't become the stale format that Modern Pulp somehow always became.
Yeah.
Like if we can get another supported format that isn't, I guess, so spearheaded by like meta. Like obviously there's a meta in Pulp. I'm not denying that. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to
We'll
it.
see. Now I'm curious how it'll shake up. And all those events are going to be the IC regionals. Those are going to be going, what, somewhere at time
It's like mid-February to
Okay.
early March. So
Early March, cool.
Off the top of my head, I believe it is 2/10 to 3/9.
Sweet.
I want to say, gosh, the dates have changed a couple times. I apologize, guys. But either way, your local store, should be reaching out to you about event stuff. We will have every event posted on our page as well as soon as we have all of the events and the dates. But everything's exciting. I mean, ultimately, one of the coolest parts of all of this is just for showing up, you get a sick Kyle Rayner. Like,
yeah, that's awesome.
30-point GL team ability. I'm sold.
Yeah.
And he's a beast, too. Double equipment to go with your, hopefully, if you're in Florida, your new trophy construct.
Ooh,
and, the black ring coming, too. The big gingerbread man.
I love the big gingerbread man so
cool.
much, dude. I need like 5 of those, just like off rip. I really want a bunch of them. They're so cool. So, no, I'm excited about it. Florida's going to be a really fun time. These ice regionals looks like going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be some uncharted water.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys are willing to swim. I think, ultimately, if you go with the motive to have fun, and honestly, just approach this in the same way that, like, at least that I or Calder approaches building in Silver, where play the things you want. Like, if I'm playing in Silver Pulp, I'm probably playing the Sinister Syndicate. That sounds like a good time to me. And there's a million things to source from that abuse and use the TAs. I think another team that, is just like a shoe-in, like you will end up building with it in one way or another, is Avengers. Avengers has so many different routes you can go in Silver. They just have insane history. Like, you can do a dropship team with your Medusa that drops the
Medusa
the
and Crystal. She like free Quake. Medusa had the free make a hair. Yeah, all sorts
what
of
was
good
the name
stuff
of
like
the girl who carried them?
Voyager,
yeah. Or, you can play like a similar vein, like a Falcon drop-off. A Falcon card in Hulk and start messing people up. Man, you can play like a pure Pulse Wave team. There's a lot of Avengers Pulse Wave.
Party Thor, there's Blue Marvel. I guess Deathstroke, he's banned, right?
Deathstroke is banned,
thank goodness. Oh my gosh. Nuts. But
and
there's all sorts of cool stuff.
X-Men, too, I think could be kind of crazy. I know the swap is banned.
There's
X-Men, a lot of X-Men.
X-Men just have so much good, cheap support and whatever stuff. So they're always pretty viable, I think. So yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
Play that new Nightcrawler from 97.
You can play the new Nightcrawler from 97.
That's one that's...
Alternate cards don't work in this, right? Okay.
We don't know for sure.
Okay.
We're still waiting on clarification for that.
Because team-ups were always banned in Pulp.
Team-ups are... So, I'm pretty sure team-ups are banned, too.
I'm pretty sure team-ups, have historically been banned, so they should be. Okay, cool. So I guess we'll see.
There's a few
Hopefully
question marks there.
I'm probably anti... alternate card, honestly.
I'm just anti-additional stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I think to conclude everything that I've said here, it's that I don't necessarily have like a problem with big maps, but it's like I'm looking at this from a bare bones standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like I don't necessarily have a problem with like a silver floor, but again, it's like bare bones. Like, why don't we just play what you want,
At times, sometimes I think for Pulp, it'd be cool if the common, uncommon, rare, like, equipment was legal, but then destroyer armor exists, so I'd rather just not have any of it be legal, honestly. I'd rather just not have destroyer armor in Pulp, and if that means I don't get, Captain America's shield or whatever, US Agent shield, like all these like other objects that are like kind of fun, or like any of the motorcycles or the knobbed mace, whatever. Yeah, I would give up all of that so destroyer armor can't be legal, absolutely.
100%.
So
all it takes is one bad apple for the bunch to be a little sour. So yeah, my overall stance is like bare bones as possible, I think, is like just what is better. But I'm totally open to just playing what we have and seeing how it goes. And I hope you guys do too. Genuinely.
Sweet.
Please come out to a CCO event.
Please play.
It'd mean the world. But also come out to Florida because we have so much cool stuff. Oh my gosh.
Also
shameless plugging.
What are the dates for Florida this year?
So we are heading down there.
Too.
We are heading down there the 18th, and we'll be coming back the 23rd. But
sweet. So it starts like
starts
the 19th?
Thursday.
Okay.
And so we're going to get in on Wednesday for a little day zero action.
Beautiful.
I'm going to pull up my calendar just to make sure I don't mess this up. But yeah, 19th to the 22nd is the dates of March. So that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We've got double issue. It's a nice, cool little two-player format. All the rules are posted on our website if you want to check that out. Go get a partner, throw down with them. We've got, of course, our Silver Pulp Championship, which is going to be sick.
Be cool.
I mean, yeah, like you guys aren't ready. We've got so much stuff. Oh, it's going to be awesome. We obviously have 300 Modern. Can't be a tournament without 300 Modern. And then we close out with everybody's favorite, the Team Sealed.
Team Sealed always a blast.
And yeah, just kind of going back and forth with everybody, working on this for a while now. This is easily going to be the best and most fun year for Champion Clicks. I mean, come on, we have like WizKids exclusive stuff there. That's going to
really
be
cool.
so cool. So yeah, the first time ever that you can get the Lantern Trophy construct, the Black Lantern ring, the Gingerbread Man, the Stranger Things. I almost said Strange Tales. The Stranger Things
Iconics.
duo pack.
A duo pack. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then, who knows? Maybe there's some other stuff coming there.
Some fun little surprises.
Know.
Yeah.
Maybe some fun little surprises.
Ooh.
Maybe it's worth it to head on out to Florida, but guys will have to stay tuned. There might be some more stuff in the pipeline. Maybe we've already given it all away. Who knows?
Who knows?
That Black Lantern ring, though, is
Only
so
way to find
insane.
out is to be there, is to show up.
Mm-hmm. Go get your trophy construct.
Yep. Go get it.
And potentially your Black Lantern ring, too.
The
Oh
trophy
my
construct's
gosh.
so nuts, but
Both of them.
they
Anyway,
are. Yeah.
Enough plugging.
They're pretty
Sorry,
crazy.
guys. Please come play.
Yep. Let's do it. Hey, Ian, speaking of playing, let's talk about the Nebraska states that we
Yeah.
played in. We
Before
certainly
you
did.
went to Arizona and kicked some ass.
Ooh. But yeah, no, like, we'll get to Arizona here in a second.
We will.
But first we have to start off with Nebraska. We have to, from humble beginnings, crown a champion.
Humble
In my
beginnings.
case, humble beginnings.
It was for both of us.
Yeah. Oh, dude. What an ego check. What a humbling, fun tournament. Awesome tournament. I love all our players in Nebraska. But let's talk about what we played and how we did for those that don't know.
Sure, kick us off,
I'll kick us off. I've been playing this team a lot. We talked about it on the last episode before we went to the tournament. I was playing, it's, HC Units calls it the Soldier Squad. I call it God Bless the USA. Shout out my boy Lee Greenwood. But we have Captain America, Arena Cap at 65 points with Mjolnir, Cable Prime at 60 points with Avatar of Animal Man. I run 2 different Pegasus Captain Americas. One has the Longsword, one has the Ring of TK. Steve Rogers from Smash and Destroy, Perdegaton, Dino Man, and then Copycat. I have Fortify, Halt Mutant, Animal Man, Beetlejuice, Mimic, and then the rare Captain America from 97 on my sideline, which is what Steve Rogers turns into. We kind of talked about the basic strategy of this team before, but just to reiterate, the main goal is to use the turned over desk, the elevated, to put Dino Man on top of it. You only come out from under it, and then Beetlejuice. I can trigger Dino Man. Turn 1, I can kill him. Then I can turn Steve Rogers into X-Men 97 Captain America, who says all soldiers, everybody on the team has a soldier keyword. I get +1 defense, and then they have +2 defense. If I have a character with soldier in my KO area, Dino Man is a soldier. So this just gives my entire team +2 defense right away. Depending on the matchup, typically the arena is on my side of the board, and then I sit in the arena. I can't fill it, but for the most part, you're a -2 attack and damage shooting into the arena, and I'm a +2 defense on everybody. And a lot of people have high defenses. The Pegasus Captain Americas give out energy shield deflection to all Avengers and adjacent characters. So no matter what, when you shoot most people, there'll be a 21, 22 for some of the 19s I have printed. So yeah, the team is a very defensive shell. It's very offensive. Obviously, double Pegasus Captain America. The arena caps, the charge flurry, free flurry, all that. And then Cable with the insane knockback, typically choosing hypersonic speed, so he has some form of movement attack from Animal Man. There's all sorts of different tech you can do. There's Halt Mutant tech, where you can put the arena in their face and Halt Mutant in them. That works sometimes. Did not go great. I think you need to play. I really do say I played this team incredibly wrong most of my matchups. I was
floored.
I was very disappointed in how I played this team. I practiced it so much, versions of it, iterations of it, and then when push came to shove on the day of the tournament, I think I played it really wrong, and I'm really disappointed in myself. I was pretty pissed, actually. Just to be honest with you, I was actually pretty livid. I was pretty nonverbal the rest of the day. I was not happy with with how I played.
Yeah, I guess we'll get into match specifics later.
Yeah,
but I was genuinely surprised by how our match went.
Made no sense
because we had practiced. I think I played against this team 3 times against you, and yeah, you pretty much did the same defensive setup, and it was a pain every single time because ultimately you could always get to me. So I had to deal with you, but dealing with you was not easy. So to kind of speed that process up, I was like, huh. And also not calling Beetlejuice out against me, that tilts me. I was like, what the?
It made no sense. No, so I had recently was playing a lot against Matt Reed online. I'm like, wow, it's actually so good to put the arena in someone's face and then Halt Mutant. And I was just so married to that strategy, like because I just found it out like a few days prior, and I was like, "That's such a cool strategy. That's awesome. You can't move. You want to shoot Captain America or Cable or whoever I helped mutant on it. That's so awesome." But then I got like totally blinded by whether I could, the fact that I can do it, whether or not like I should do it. Yeah. Which in both of my first 2 losses, I was like, I should not have done that. That was not the play at all to make, especially against you. I mean, you'll talk about your team, but you have very few things that care about Halt Mutant. You have a lot of things that do, but very few that are still like very effective attackers. So there's just a lot that you could get off. Against my game against Tim, he was my first opponent. I fortified at the wrong location, and then I missed a lot of attacks. So my dice weren't great. I don't want to be those people that blame dice, but they were bad.
Yeah, they were.
And I hate to be one of those guys that does.
Oh, they were,
but they were bad. They were bad. And so my basic run of the tournament, at least just to go over and kind of cover everything from my end, had first 2 round losses, 1 to you, 1 to Tim, and then I played against a few other people. I played against Gabe. He's a really cool player. Came down from Sioux Falls. I had to play against 2 Destroyer Primes, which is so funny. So yeah, when you go 0-2, you're like, oh dang, I didn't get that many points, or I did get blah blah whatever, but I have to go 3-2. I have to win the next 3 games in order to make top 8.
Gotta win them hard.
Like, pressure is on. Pressure makes diamonds. That's cool. That's great. But and then I won those next 2 games, and I was stressing the whole time because I'm like, man, these are 1-man armies. If I don't kill them, I just don't score any points. Like, this is really brutal. Not Gabe's. Gabe's team wasn't a full 1-man army, but still high point stuff that I had to make sure I killed everything. And then my very last game was against Isaac Denke, and then he just had so much stuff on his force. His turns were a little long, but he had a lot. He had a lot to do. Just saying. Just saying. He had a lot to do on his team, and then I think I missed a few rolls here and there, but I also just messed up on like empower placements when I could have killed. He made Starro go to his 260 point line, and I'm licking my lips. I'm like, perfect. I need some big points. I need one thing I can focus down, and then I just missed a few attacks and then messed up on my empower placements. Didn't pay attention to his fortify, resolve of the green, things like that. And then lost, and I took home, was it 13th, 11th? What were the standings on this? 13th, yeah.
There you go.
Fun stuff. I still really like the team. I think it's a really cool original concept.
I think the team's great still.
So for me, just being like, I love Captain America. I'm playing technically like 5 on this team, but really 4. And then I'm just playing Soldier, which is my favorite keyword. I still think the team has a lot of legs. I just think I kind of played it wrong. And but next weekend, I'll probably play it again. Sioux Falls or South Dakota is going to have their state tournament. I plan to go to that. I'll probably just play this exact same team and see how it does. See if we can get a little.
I mean, I think now that you know what you know, now that you've fallen on your face in a way.
Oh, dude, so bad.
It's one of the best ways to learn, though.
True. Very true. You learn by doing.
When you know what not to do, it's almost better than knowing what to do.
Every game before cut is just a practice game.
Yeah, exactly.
But
totally.
What did you play, Ian? How did you do? Dude, this was crazy.
Well,
yeah, this was nuts, man.
So
the switch up.
I knew that I had to play in states. I was like, I want to, and I was literally like, I don't know what to play. So for a while, I was like, I'm gonna play the Chase Sinestro Batman. So I built a team with him with like some destroyer.
Oh, we never practiced that. Okay.
No,
interesting.
But I was like, this would be fun. And ultimately, I thought about like. Just different matchups. I'm like, gosh, I'll just get dusted so hard. And then a Yellow Lantern Batman ended up doing better than me. I was like, should have just played that.
Shout out Brendan.
Yeah, dude. Shout out Brendan Flick. That team was really cool, and he was using a lot of the same tech that I was thinking of. So I ended up discussing with him.
Yeah, it was cool.
Using like I think the Bat computer is so undersung. It is so good. Also, the Bat cowl or the Bat suit, very good as well. Check these things out. The Kryptonite ring is also insane. I cannot believe I've only seen like one team with it. And it was a 1-man army, like Phoenix Thor.
Oh.
It's the only team I've seen using this Kryptonite ring. And I don't know. It's way better. Anyway, so I was in a Discord call with like Alec from HeroClix USA, Bill, who does the ELO, and I think Matt Reed at one point. Yeah, Matt was there. And we were talking about a team to play, and I was like, hey, Alec, just send me over your past Avengers team. Like, I'm going to play that. That sounds like fun.
And it's fun.
Super Sword, Flash Raptor, Aquanix, Predegaton, Scarlet Witch, Captain America. I think that's just about everything on the team. But the idea is that you have JLA and Avengers, so everyone's a +2 attack. It's nice against free actions because you don't really have to take a lot. Flash Raptor can carry over, a handful of different things. You can mess people up. Super Sword just clobbers people. Absolutely dusts people.
Yeah.
So that was the team I was playing. And then I remembered Halt Mutant. And I was like, oh, wow.
They all have specials.
Yeah, I was like, this.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a miserable time if I play this team. And I cannot believe a 5.1 shot does that. And for the people saying, well, Ian, just play Black Panther. I don't want to. I don't want to play Black Panther. I don't want to shoehorn Black Panther onto every build. I'm sorry, I don't. In the same way, I don't really want to play Beetlejuice. Did I play Beetlejuice? Quote unquote, yes. But we'll get into that too.
Right.
So Halt Mutant literally just deflated me. And I was like, oh man. I was like genuinely so excited to play this team. Then I remember that card. And some people in this call are going, well, it probably won't happen that often. I was like, I will get Halt Mutant in every game, which I did. That happened every game I played.
Sounds about right.
So I was like, I can't do this. I was like, I'm not willing to like be frozen for potentially like, essentially 2 turns worth.
Yeah.
Just no. So I went to bed. I was laying in bed and I was like, whatever, like I'll have a good time. But earlier in the day, Miles Kane had joined the call, the mad scientist.
Absolute madman.
And we were going over different characters with past that I could potentially include on my team to get around Halt Mutant. And I had a short list of past people. And Tom from Tom and Jerry was on there. Because that's a figure I've been on and off with, just kind of like, ooh, he could be fun. And then it clicked in my head. I was like, wait, if you gave him the universal weapon, he could just pulse wave.
Yeah.
And he's annoying to kill. I was like, that sounds really fun. Then I saw he had Wild Card, and I was like, Prime Lobo, he's the best with Wild Card. I've never built with Prime Lobo in my life at this point. It's like 2 a.m. And so
funny.
I put him on there. I was like, well, you got to have Prodegaton. You got to have Spider-Man. The team starts building itself, and I was like, dude, this is nuts. At this point, it's probably like 2:30 after I've like finished ironing out.
Dude,
I have my team pulled out. On like it's
were
ready
we
to
both
go.
up until 2 a.m., 3 a.m. the night before this tournament?
Yeah,
we were
so
both up
we were up
stupid
late.
late. Yeah. Ugh.
But I'm laying there, and I'm literally like, I'm looking at my stack of like boxes and stuff, which I already pulled my team out of. And it is a pain to do this. If you're a real HeroClix player, you know this. And I just kept looking at it. I was like, oh, man, but that sounds fun.
Yep.
That sounds fun. So I dug through my entire collection again to get this team out. At this point, I think I was finally asleep at probably like 3:30.
Oh, dude.
Because this Lobo team I was so enamored by. Do I have any idea what the strategy is for it? No. All I'm thinking about is I can Ares bomb
Figure
people
it
with
out.
Miles. I can pulse wave people with Tom. I'm going to have a fun time. And I'll have 50 team abilities while I'll do it. So the team itself was Lobo with the avatar of Animal Man. It was Animal Man with the chameleon flute. Also playing main force Animal Man. Very fun. Tom with the universal weapon. Spider-Man with a free Mjolnir. Scarlet Witch from the Kooky Quartet set because she gives Avengers and Mystics. Prodegaton, Hypertime, and Wildcard, and he's just like probably the most essential figure in the game at the moment. The Chitauri Bystander, which is 15 points for Skrulls, team ability. Fortify, Resolve of the Green, Web Swinging, Ares, and then I had Beetlejuice on my sideline. I was never going to bring him in. I refused to, even if it was the best play I could ever make. Just so if somebody had a Chair Panther, they would take that away instead. And that did happen. So, thank you, Beetlejuice, for existing
so funny.
solely to get one of my one-shots not taken away. Anyway, the core idea of Prime Lobo is just stacking up TAs. Like, having Avengers and JLA on all of your pieces is amazing. Having Spider-Man on all of your pieces is great. I also had the phone booth as an equipment, and then the bat suit as an equipment, so I could copy Batman, give my whole team stealth. Now you have to take a chance moving next to any of my pieces, roll your hyper time. Can't shoot me.
Yeah, that is really good.
Next to the booth, I'm a 4 through 6 shape change. Everyone has senses. If you have senses already, 4 through 6, blah, 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 blah. You can pick senses with Animal Man on Lobo. Now he's a 4 through 6 shape change senses. And then you have all these one-shots as well to prevent you from taking damage. So even when they finally crack you, it's like JK. Miles Morales with the Mjolnir. If you have not played this figure, this is one of the most absurd 35-point experiences ever. Full map reach, Ares bomb, like the radius of the map. It's penetrating. They can only reduce it by 1 if they have like invincible, blah, 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 blah. You don't even need to hear about that figure, but maybe you do. If you own that figure and you haven't fielded it yet, go do it.
Better
they
try it
hit
at
you?
least once. He's pretty nasty.
Roll your shape change, roll your senses. You missed both. Web swing. Dumb. Insane. So I had a lot of fun. I did not pilot this team very well, though. There were a lot of times where I was like, oh, yeah, I had this team ability because I was playing against it. Like, I played against Wonder Woman twice. Never factored that in. I was so focused on, I have to remember mine. So Lobo is a figure.
Also got opposing. Yeah.
Dude, you need to get some reps in.
That is one where I was watching back a few of the games. Shout out to HeroClix USA, Alec Musser. He did a Leech stream. That was actually really fun to watch, though.
It was.
He did commentary over the stream that we did of the tournament.
Yeah.
And one thing he did remember was like, dude, Ian didn't
Didn't free attack with Tom.
Well, didn't free attack, but I mean, like, he should be healing because you copied Minions of Doom from my Captain America.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah, he does get, like, all of this stuff that's on my force as well. So
it's
it is
so
just
much
crazy
to keep track of. Bring a notepad if you play Lobo, but also probably practice it. This team didn't exist until 6 hours before the tournament. But I didn't care. I wanted to play this. Dude. And I knew going into it, Rogue Prime would be there. I was like, well, I hope I just don't have to see one. I hope I don't have to see one until like Top Cut. First round, I get paired against it, and I'm just like, geez.
Brutal.
I'm learning this team right now, and I'm just going against the worst of the worst. So that sucked.
Something that's all gas, no brakes.
Round 2, I'm delighted to see Kalder. See free win.
Free win.
Written across.
Ended up being that way, yeah.
But yeah, Kalder threw the arena in my face, and I was like, oh, this makes things like way easier for me.
Way easier, yeah.
And then, honestly, though, Calder's dice were so bad in that game. And meanwhile, it's like, all right, I need like a 8 to hit everybody. I hit it. Okay, I'm going to blades everybody now. Yeah, you take 5, you take 6. Like, Miles, like, absolutely just spiked you into the ground.
He was hot, yeah.
And then there was one string where it's like you came to Lobo, you missed the hyper time roll, so you go next to somebody else. I hit shape change, and you're just like, okay.
I was not having it. 2 games.
I don't even blame you,
dude. I was so tilted. I was like pissed. I was not having a good time.
I didn't blame you at all. I was like, if it's on the receiving end of this, it's like, if you're going against something and it has mechanics like that, you accept it. But if your dice are bad on top of that, it like heightens the awfulness of it so much more.
Playing it wrong, you're like kicking yourself the entire time. Dice are also just bad.
Yeah.
And then they messed up my chocolate shake at the end of the day. Dude, I almost went postal. It's scary.
Man, my third game, again, I play against a Rogue Prime, and I'm just like, dude, why?
I can't believe you had to play against the only 2 there. That just sucks.
I think I won initiative one time all day as well.
No.
And, well, actually, I'm going to complete my rounds, and then I'll say this. But anyway, go against Rogue Prime. Get put on a map that is just, like, only blocking. I didn't have any improved movement blocking, which was a mistake. And, yeah, just absolutely got stuffed by another Prime Rogue. Sick.
What a blast. What a good
blast.
Time,
Halt Mutant into getting wrecked by Prime Rogue. Wonderful time. Then, in my next game, I played against Tim, who was playing the Caveman Flash. This was a pretty fast game. He came over, he attacked, he probbed, he switched to his other dial on Caveman Flash, so like the flurry click where the next click is a KO, and he attacked me and he crit missed, and Caveman Flash just died turn 1. Took unavoidable damage on that click. He's just dead.
Heck yeah.
So
that's just brutal. We kind of talked about it where it's like, it always feels like it really, obviously it hurts the most when it's those characters that have that one click, but you really remember it more. Like, I don't know if I actually crit miss on like a Colossal Retail more often than anything else, or like when a character only has one click of life, but you feel it.
You feel it.
You feel it, and it hurt. It did not feel good.
It didn't feel good for me either, because I was like, hey, dude, here's what happens. He's like, well, that's just HeroClix, man. I was like, it shouldn't be.
The only time where I'm like, okay, good, is when it was like Mangog. Because like when you retail Mangog, I'm like, you're bad, man. You're a dirty man.
I don't like
But
you.
like when it would happen to Groot, I'm like, I like Groot. I'm sorry you don't get your walking wood or anything. That kind of stinks, man. Yeah.
But when you're coming across with like Surtur or Mangog, where it's like, you're going to take like 7 damage.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't feel bad for you.
Like, no, this is like, whew, thank goodness.
Yep. And I score points.
Yippee. Yeah.
So that's how that game started. And then it didn't end any better for him. I went in, here we are, Ares bombing with Miles again. Reverse Flash is top dial. Don't care. Roll a 6. He misses shape change senses. Bye. Terrible.
Boom.
Ulysses would have died. I rolled the blades, and then he rolled his trait. Would have killed him, but he rolled out of that one thing. But then the next attack, I hit him, knockback. He just died. I killed a Diana, a Captain America, a Reverse Flash, and what would have been Ulysses if he didn't roll out in one attack. It's like, I think I rolled a total of like 18 damage or something. It was so stupid. And then my last game was my most fun. I played against Aaron.
Nice.
Felt like an absolute slog. he was playing like Zala, Reverse Flash, Ulysses again. Played against Ulysses twice too, which I thought was just crazy. Captain America, Predegaton, Chase Harley Quinn. Anyway, we're going back and forth for what feels like, like we're really battling. The final score was like 20-60.
That's insane.
Because
What?
key attack, we'd both miss
Okay.
or roll out, and then it came down to I had 3 characters double tokened. I was like, okay, well, I have willpower on all of them. Missed every willpower. But if I would have hit the willpower on Spider-Man, I could have Quake exploited and scored like, I don't know how many points. I
Yeah.
could have killed Zala. I think I could have killed the Harley Quinn. I don't think anyone else was close to death. Maybe Predegaton was in that Quake range too. I can't remember exactly. But I needed to hit one of those willpowers to have a chance. Didn't happen. But genuinely, like, a really fun game. I just threw Tom out there, and I was like, if you want to try and kill him, you can. He ended up figuring a way to get an object so we can deal full damage to him. Forgot I had Wonder Woman. Forgot to roll Hyper Time, which he did let me roll afterwards. It's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, so I had to fortify Tom, and that was like immediately like, I should not have done this. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. Comedy of errors. But to go back to the point of Halt Mutant, getting Halt Mutanted in every game is not fun.
No. No, it's not. Not really.
So I'm really glad I switched my team because then at least I had a chance. But what I can walk away from this tournament with is a different experience than Kalder. Kalder had a polished, refined team that he had practiced. I had one where I was like, we're throwing something at the wall. I was happy with how I did, and I know that if there were a few moments in other games I didn't necessarily talk about as closely that could have gone my way. And knowing that, it's like, oh yeah, this team could have done better if I knew more about it. I'm like, okay, cool. So I built like I think a pretty good team. I had a good time playing it outside of just like, yeah, man, Halt Mutant is just like, even though I have ways around it, I can't say it enough. It's like, can we be done with elements that not necessarily like, reduce the game, but quite literally stop
the game from happening? Yeah.
Beetlejuice, I know we have differing opinions on this, but that stops so much of the game. Whereas Sinestro Prime like inhibits the game but doesn't like prevent it. That's a better example of like a global effect,
I think that's a great one. He doesn't he prevents like an aspect of the game, but you can still do everything for the most part, right? Like it just your values aren't high. That's all it is. Like, okay, my values aren't nuts anymore. And I think values are kind of nuts right now. So I like Sinestro Prime. My whole team's point is to have high values. So I like Sinestro Prime a lot.
That's a global thumbs up.
That's a cool global thumbs up. Yeah, Beetlejuice, we differ, but for the most part, I'm more on the positive end. You're more on the negative. I don't love him. Yeah. But I'm definitely more on the positive end of things. But like Halt Mutant literally says, and it blows my mind because it's like, you gave them the special powers. And now you're saying anybody that has them, you don't get a move. So, like, so many...
The fact that you can lock somebody in it, too. Like I move next to you and lock you in it, or you're in your starting area, you can't move.
That just hurts so much.
It's insane. And it's a 4-square radius.
Yeah.
If it was like 2 squares...
Oh, yeah, totally different, like, game. And, like, I feel okay with that. But
I think it's still good, too.
Yeah, and it'd still be amazing. That's a 5-point thing that just happens. I mean, I could probably rant about these one-shots and how much I dislike all of the ones that are just like Resolve the Green, Fortify, 90% of the ones from Strange Tales, Halt Mutant. They just kind of...
I'm not even bothered by the terrain. Like the Sentinel body, whatever.
Yeah.
There's so much good terrain.
I don't love it, but whatever.
The Sentinel head, sure.
My terrain does just feel like it has to be Sentinel body, Dumpster or Herb, and then a 1x2 elevated.
Phone booths in discussion.
Sure. Oh, that's true. I guess there's more. I guess there's more relevant. Well, phone booth's never in discussion. It's Superman.
I know, not for you.
I'll never play that thing.
But those things don't bother me nearly as much because it's like at least the game is still happening.
Yeah.
Like I have ways to like take that away from you. Halt Mutant. If I go first, I just like I'm going to lock you in your starting area.
It feels so bad. Does not feel good at all.
Oh, play a range team, Ian. I should not have to shift what I am building based on a 5-point element or a 0-point element.
Yeah.
And right now, that's insane. Mm-hmm. Like, we can look at better examples of it, which still like doesn't feel great, but it was at least like you could be aware of it and manage it. Like King Killmonger made equipment a little scarier to put on your team.
Maybe
so
I don't
needed to have an attacker.
every single person. Yeah, I need to have an attacker open with no equipment.
But that's an optional thing for a figure that you can play with or without an equipment. So you can choose how limited it is. This is literally just like, oh, you're one of 90% of the game getting locked in your starting area, bud. Hey,
Sucks.
throw away the keys.
Stinks.
You're Christopher Walken at the beginning of King of
King
New
of New
York.
York.
Yeah.
I'm in jail. I'm out of jail. Throw away the key. Yeah.
So I guess, here, this is just like the shout of the sky. Ultimately, like, all of my games were still fun, but I wasn't playing Halt Mutant. I did not want to.
Yeah.
I also don't think I owned one at the time. I could have gotten one, but,
Right.
I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then for the people saying, it's like, well, it probably won't happen to you every game. It's like, it did. Every single game. And it had massive impacts every single time.
Yeah.
Like, in a lot of ways, you can create, like, another first turn immunity, like,
Really,
halfway
you
up
do.
the map.
Yeah.
It's not quite that. I'm not saying it's exactly that, but it's pretty close. The fact that there's no way to, like, shut it off or play around it, or... I mean, there is ways to, like, play around it. But you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Where it's just like a 5-point element should not take away, like, a turn. What is the answer to that? Like, if we're trying to make HeroClix games go longer, the answer is not to prevent them from playing the game. That's not it. So I really, really, really heavily dislike Halt Mutant. I think it might be my least favorite thing that's come out. Like,
That's very fair.
I think I definitely I dislike it more than Beetlejuice.
It's up there. Oh, yeah. I think I definitely dislike it more than Beetlejuice.
And I don't want to make this, like, entirely a negative episode, but it's just like, what team are you not putting Halt Mutant on?
I'm about to be positive.
Okay.
But yeah.
Can you give me that answer?
Oh, what team I'm not putting Halt Mutant on? Oh, no. Put it on every team.
There you go.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Because why wouldn't you?
Put it on every single team. Yeah. There's literally no reason not to.
If it's that bad, Ian, just play
it's-
Chair Panther. There's the answer to it. I know. It's right there.
$200 legacy card. However much dollar figure. Just play him.
Lame character.
And
there,
also,
I said it.
Wow.
I don't like Black Panther, really. He's not lame.
Wow.
That version of him is lame, though.
Yeah, just sitting
What's
on
he
the chair.
doing? Oh, you gave him a ring of TK? He's, like, throwing a
Yeah, he's
building
like a
around?
mastermind stealth
Lame.
outwit piece. Yeah, he's not great. It's not like the coolest version of Black Panther. Coolest version of Black Panther, Age of Ultron, probably. Yeah. That dude's sick. That dude rocks.
Leaping down.
Yeah.
See, that Black Panther's sick.
That dude's cool.
If that's... No, I still wouldn't play him on every build. But
I wouldn't play him on every build.
Be
He's
more
cool,
likely
though.
to, though.
Absolutely. Yeah, or like Despero. No,
Come on.
I'm not paying 50 points for Despero.
Ian, play Gauntlet
In this
Spider-Man.
economy?
No.
No. There were people playing him. Was it Lucas and then Alex Mader were playing Gauntlet Spider-Man? Is that the two people we had playing him? And I don't really like him.
I don't want to center my whole build around a gimmick.
Yeah.
Especially that gimmick. To end up with a Spider-Man who just...
Some silly gimmick like stealing team abilities. That's a gimmick.
That's different.
That's a gimmick, though. It is, though.
Okay, but...
Okay.
Fair point.
I feel... Okay, like, my team has a gimmick.
I don't want to center
I
my
feel
team
like
around
most teams have
that gimmick.
Okay, sure. There you go.
Asterisk it.
Yeah.
Because, like,
That's better.
what are you left with? It's like, okay, I've now gotten rid of all the nonsense in the game, and now I have a leap climb Spider-Man.
Leap climb, is he prob?
I think he's like prob.
Prob piece, leap climb prop piece.
So it's like, yeah, you can, like... So you have answers to it. You can play Despero.
I just don't like the answers.
You could, yeah, I mean, I don't like the answer. Like,
Mrs. Johnson, I don't like the answers for this test. Okay, I'm going to take a different one.
there are answers, but then let's think about this. I'm playing 50-point Despero because I hate 5-point Halt Mutant.
I know,
much.
yeah, it stinks, yeah.
I'm playing 30-point Black Panther, potentially breaking my theme.
Not
Like,
fun.
I'd love to play the Past Avengers. I would have happily played Black Panther on that to be able to play that, but then I break my theme.
Yeah.
The cost of it is too high in too many ways, and the cost of Halt Mutant is too low in a it exists ways.
Can I get a one-shot that's like, flip over this one-shot at the beginning of your turn, choose an opposing one-shot, flip that one over?
At least until the end of their turn.
Yeah, just something where my one-shot says you can't use your one-shot.
Ordinary day.
Ordinary day one-shot, dude.
We need it back.
Flip over, dude, like a 10-point one-shot that says flip over all of your opponent's one-shots. For like a turn and flip them back or whatever, but still, that means if it ends, you score them. How cool!
That
How
would
crazy
lead
would
to
that be?
some toxic
That would be
endings.
insane. Oh no, people would be so mad, be so angry. It's funny.
I still like one shots conceptually, but where they are right now
I
is
don't
not
love the power
good.
scaling with them. Yeah,
I think a lot of the
It's a
problems in
little nuts.
HeroClix are stemming from the additional things. Right now, there's really not many figures I can point to where I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so infuriating and frustrating to play
Yeah.
against. Like, Beetlejuice, more so is like, I mean, people, the main force version, absolutely, like, that's crazy. But at least you paid for it, and you know it's
Yeah.
there. So I'm actually of the opinion that I think like sideline is worse. Like, yeah, it does damage. You can Black Panther, you can do this, but it's like the fact that that's 0 points is my issue. The fact that that's just something you can bring in is insane. Yeah. It's the same thing with the one shots where it's like their cost to effect ratio is just way, way, way too high. I don't know. So you look at all the additional stuff. It's like all the free equipment you get, the free terrain that is now just fortified. But again, like I don't even mind that. That didn't bother me at all during the entire tournament. I also played against that, I think, every single game.
Probably, yeah.
Whatever. Pick it up with super strength. Deal with it. Deal with that character later. Like, there's ways to figure that out. So yeah, free equipment, one-shots, whatever free sideline elements. All wrapped together is just spelling out, like, that's where the problems are for now.
Yeah.
Because Strange Tales is still not, quote-unquote, legal.
Yeah.
You guys are going to hear some crazy stuff about Loki, I'm sure. I feel like this is just turning into like one long rant, and I'm sorry, guys.
That's all right. Hey, we'll just shout out kind of the winners. So shout out Ethan Jacobs for winning our Nebraska States. He went 7-1. He played a rogue team. No respect. I'm sorry, bro. He played rogue, so I don't really have much positive things to say. Lucas got second. Half shout out. Lucas got second. He played that Spider-Man build. Pretty cool. It uses Despero to TK Spider-Man around and deal him a bunch of damage. It's a past Avengers team. That's a wild past Avengers team. So it's pretty cute. It's pretty fun.
He dedicated 125 points of his team to getting rid of a sideline.
That's pretty crazy.
That's
125. Yeah,
my overarching
really
point
is.
of what I was trying to say. There you go. That's why I don't want to play it. I'd like to play a team that I want to play.
And actually, versus
have a chance.
It being like the majority of the team is just doing that. So that was our Nebraska States. And then from there, I was always going to go to Arizona, but now there's way more stakes like on the line. I was like, dude, I got to win. Because I was livid after Nebraska States. I was really not happy with my performance. This team, I would have been working on a version of this team for the last couple of months. So my whole point was like, I would want to try to build a team that could deal a ton of damage without rolling any dice. That was my main goal for like making this version of the Jefferson bomb, this King Jefferson team, the quote-unquote King Jefferson force. I call it roll dice. I'd rather not. Why leave winning up to chance, after all? So 400-point Silver Age in Arizona. This is what I played. I played King Jefferson. He had the Ring of TK on him for free. Flash Raptor, Prime Brother Voodoo from Wheels of Vengeance. We had Chip from Wonder Woman 80 with the Broadsword Construct. Sister Cersei with the Blue Lantern Ring. Black Panther with Bloodstone, so Legacy card Chair Panther. Frogman with the Influence and Zero Ring.
This is like the most OG combo of all time.
Oh, yeah, dude. This guy's awesome. So
if you guys haven't played Frogman with an Influence
you gotta
ring,
do it.
This
you
is your sign.
Once. It's so fun. So Frogman has Sidestep. When he uses it and moves, you get to knock somebody. You get to knock back an adjacent opposing character in any direction of your choice. That's awesome, right? Second, he has a second trait, which is Force Blast. Just Force Blast is free. So Frogman can knock someone back twice on his own, and then the Influence Ring just says, free, choose an opposing character, then 3 squares. Actually, just choose a character and 3 squares line of fire. Knock him back 1 square. So he can just triple knock back somebody. I had 0 on him, so that way he can make barrier and then always have something he can knock somebody into. So I loved that. So Frogman is kind of a little assassin, just dealing 3 damage to somebody. It rules. Flash is one of the main taxis of this team from Wonder Woman 80.
Also, for what it's worth, doesn't have special powers.
Ooh, also true. He does not. No
he
special
can get
powers
in and mess with the Hulk mutant folk.
Flash from W80, he's really just a taxi on this team, but he's the man. Love him. Peeper, we'll kind of talk about why we go with Peeper, but he gives +2 speed to anybody that carries him. And then kind of the glue that makes this team work, I have Leech, and my one restricted element is the Cloak of Levitation. So I'm playing the Legacy card Leech with the Cloak of Levitation. I have Fortify, Halt Mutant, Abscissa, Black Vulcan, Mimic, and Scrappy Doo are the only things that are real on my sideline. This Captain America, I totally misread. Black Panther's not more than 50 points, so I could not have brought him in. I only brought him in one game, and it was a game that I lost.
The Empire one?
This is the Empire Legacy card. I always just thought it was any Black Panther, but Panther has to be 50 points or more, so that was silly. And then I had Steve on my sideline as my cheerleader, because he's my man, so had to have him. We had the turned over desk, the dumpster fire, and the upper body. The main goal of this team, so what it does, is it can deal 10 damage to at least one target, and that's without rolling any dice whatsoever. That's through knockbacks. That's through the Jefferson dropping his bomb. That is through the Twisted Wish token. So we'll kind of just run down everything right now. So King Jefferson, if you don't know, he has power once per game. If he is occupying an opponent's starting area, you choose a square on the map for each character in your KO area. Deal 3 penetrating damage to opposing characters adjacent to or occupying one or more of the chosen squares. So this brings up 2 problems. We can get 3 penetrating damage off to a lot of people on their team, but we need to have 2 things to work, right? We need to have things that are in my KO area so I can choose squares, and then I need to get him to my opponent's starting area. So how do I get him to my opponent's starting area? And again, guys, the theme is to not roll any dice at all. We want nothing to be based off hitting an attack or missing an attack. We're going to use Flash Raptor, who has I've Got You Bro as his hypersonic speed ability. When he uses hypersonic speed, after resolutions, you choose a friendly character that he moved through that took damage since your last turn. Place them adjacent to Flash Raptor. Okay, easy enough. Flash Raptor has an 11 speed. He's going to be able to get, he's a 2x2 base. He'll be able to get King Jefferson across the map if he moves through him. So now, to solve the problem with Flash Raptor, King Jefferson needs to be moved through, and then he also has to take damage. So ring a TK. We just have King Jefferson go to the turned over desk. He TKs it out from under himself. He'll take a falling damage. Pretty easy. What am I KOing? That is what Sister Cersei and Chip are on the team for. They can both make constructs that can just walk forward and die. So on my first turn, if I get to go first, I'll just make 2 mitts, the non-autonomous ones, have them die as some of my actions, and then I have 2 things in the KO area, which means I can choose at least 2 squares. If the turn where I want to drop the bomb on people happens and I need to have more things in my KO area, I'll just use the autonomous mitt to get me a 3rd square, and then it doesn't take away from any of my actions. So that's pretty easy. That's how we're going to get that 3 penetrating damage off. Brother Voodoo, also super simple. He just says free, remove a Twisted Wish token. I can deal any opposing character within range 2 penetrating damage.
You bought Brother Voodoo just for
this, yeah. So I bought Brother Voodoo, Leech's Legacy card, and this Flash just for this team. Oh, and also Frogman. Like a lot of these things I found out I just didn't own, and I was like, oh dang, I need to pick all this stuff up. So
I think I did have a Leech, by the way.
You did? Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, I did have.
Now I got a little guy that I can keep.
I didn't have his card though.
He was so hard to turn. This was like the impossible to turn dial. I ended up like pushing it out and then moving it.
Really?
Yeah, honestly. Wow. And then halfway through the day, I'm like, oh, he's playing ball. Now he's chill. So that's kind of 5 damage of Brother Voodoo and King Jefferson. Chip and Sister Cersei, so on the same turn, if I don't need more spots to drop the bomb in, they can just make cowboy boots, which have free knock somebody back. Really important to note, they can deal damage to people that are giants. So things like Wakanda Hulkbuster, things that have the Asgardian armor, destroyer armor equipped that gives them giant. The cowboy boot is a giant and can knock them back, so that's also huge. And then, of course, we already talked about how Frogman has 3 instances of knockback. And then to make the team really function, what if they can reduce knockback damage? What if they can reduce penetrating damage? First,
no, you can't.
Just have Leech. Leech just says adjacent characters can't use powers, so I use Flash to card him up. Flash can still move 15 squares if he carries Peeper and Leech. And then, who knows? Maybe some other people. But all of the construct droppers can still make constructs, even if they're next to Leech. That's not a standard power or a special power. That's traits and equipment, which is really cool. So I can still do everything. I just can't, with Flash, make his attacks, because he can't double charge then. And it just kind of depends. If their team, you guys, number one, you'll be surprised. I was not very surprised, because I looked at a lot of winning builds and looked at a lot of teams being played. A lot of stuff in Silver and Modern doesn't have Invincible or even a damage reducer. Things like Sky Tyrant, very easy to take care of. He has an ESD top dial. The dude can just die pretty if you get to him first, Hadari Yao has super senses the entire time.
Spot, Captain America, Carnage Surfer, Flash.
So many of these things. They don't have any reducers at all.
Carrying Iron Man.
So, but
Kevin.
Leech is my little fail-safe, because there were things I was worried about. So versions of this team didn't have Peeper, they had Tempo, and Tempo is a free action to give out +3 speed. So against Wakanda Hulkbuster, I was like, well, my free action literally has to be copying Green Lantern and Flash in order to get Leech just next to Wakanda Hulkbuster, because now he doesn't have that little speed power. I can do everything. This team has a ton of free actions. I need to be able to do them. So that's pretty much it. There's 10 instances of damage between knockback from the boots, the 3 from Frogman, the 3 from King Jefferson, and the 2 from Brother Voodoo that I'm able to do. Black Panther is just so I can't have Halt Mutant. Team can't go anywhere if I don't get rid of Halt Mutant. So that's easy. And then in my play testing, if I don't like super totally like cripple the team the first turn and they start healing, it's very problematic. So I had to have Bloodstone on somebody. Black Panther made enough sense to put the Bloodstone on him. It was pretty easy. And the team really just goes on doing things in the right order. Like, that's all it really needs to be. You just need to do things in the correct order. You gotta look at their team, figure out, do I need to put Leech next to you? Do I not need to put Leech next to you? I left Leech in the starting area a lot of the games. If they didn't have something I needed to shut off, heck yeah, I want to get those charge attacks in with Flash. That's awesome. It rules, you know? So, heck yeah, I want to have, like, better access to my powers. The Cloak, still, he can sidestep away. And it's awesome about the Cloak because, you know, it also has plasticity and flight. So Leech is just following you around, and you've got to try to move away from him when you don't get any bonuses to, like, unless you just ignore characters. Oh, it's so funny, dude. So, yeah, the team is just, I can do all this free damage without having to roll an attack. And then if I actually hit an attack with Flash Raptor and then also get a Quake off, that's just, like, frosting. It's icing on the cake.
Yeah.
You know?
Precision strike Quake at that.
It's super, super nice.
You know, another common pairing with Leech that people have been doing is playing with the Legacy Lockjaw.
Okay.
As like his taxi to just run him next to something. I know George Massue was doing that with Punisher War Machine.
Keep him alive a little bit more.
So just run in.
He'll have Mastermind.
Yeah. It's like, all right, we'll run.
That's what I had to have Fortify and Obsissa for. Those are like 90. Well, Obsissa's 100% there just to keep Leech alive. Fortify is there to also pretty much keep Leech alive, and then Halt Mutant is Halt Mutant. King Jefferson is also just like huge. Being able to say you don't get super strength or flight when you're within 7 squares of my starting area, it's really good. So it's really handy. You can't pick up my terrain and use it against me. You can't pick up. You'll actually drop any terrain you're holding, which is really cool. So I really enjoy that. You'll drop any people. At least that's how it was ruled the day of. Is you'll drop any terrain you're holding as soon as you move into within the 7 squares of my starting area, and you'll also drop anybody you were carrying. Is how they ruled it that day. So pretty cool, pretty fun. But yeah, first 2 games, honestly, I played against Spot my first game, and I look at that card, and every time I just go, yeah, a lot of words, whatever, man.
I'm just like,
do whatever you think, like, whatever you say you can do with Spot, I'll just believe you, because I don't care. I hate the Spot. Ban him in Silver, ban him in Modern, change. I just don't, he's not very fun. He's not my style of piece. I don't really like him.
Yeah, I'm of the similar opinion where I'm like, too much.
Dude, take a shot every time you say spot in that verb text and you're dead. Like, dude, I hate looking at a piece, hate reading the text. That game was really tough, though. That game ended 400-400 against Jeff, and that's because I killed a ton of his little spider bots and Mysterio-generated people. But it was a tough game because Spot instantly yoinked my terrain away from me, so I wasn't able to deal Jefferson a damage to bomb him right away. It was delayed turn 2 bombing. There's also a pulse wave that shouldn't have gotten off on his end, so that game was a little loose, not super legal. But I lost that game 400-400, which is kind of funny. And then the next game I also lost, played against Jose Berrigan. I really screwed up my own placement. I was put on a big map. I didn't totally get the flow of the team down yet, and he was able to capitalize on that, and I lost that game 400. 60 is the amount of points I was able to get from it, so not too bad. But now, pressure makes diamonds. I was 0-2, and I'm like, man, am I really going to go to this Arizona tournament and just completely scrub out Nebraska? I was going to be, I would have been like, oh, this blows.
You would have gone to Colorado.
Dude, yeah, I would have been in Colorado. Actually, would have been in Arkansas this weekend.
Oh.
Had I lost this tournament, I probably would be in Arkansas right now, actually. I would have been driving there to go play in their modern tournament, 100%. But then I lost that one. And then the next 3 games were favorable matchups, but still pretty tough. So the next game against Wes, he played Dormammu at the 25-point line, not the legacy card one. He played him with Wonder Girl. And I'm like, I don't know what this does, but he rolled the 3 dice on his attack. And Wonder Girl says the first time someone rolls a 7, it's a crit hit, and he crit hit my entire team right away. And I was like, oh, this is
cool.
Scary. It was really cool. I'm like, that is terrifying. I was still able to win that one, thank goodness. After that, I had a Spirit of Vengeance matchup, and then a Old King Thor matchup, or Phoenix Thor, whatever, which are just easy ones for me. Any one-man army is just this team licks its lips. It's this is awesome. This is great.
I base you with one figure and you're dust.
And you don't get to do anything. Yeah, so that was really fun. Not really fun for my opponent, but very fun for me because I'm like, oh, I can easily win these matchups, and then I probably go on to top 8. Got into top 8, had to play against Wakanda Hulkbuster. My opponent just kind of moved him up, and I'm like, well, That's that.
I watched
man.
that match. He
That's
positioned really poorly there.
Not the best choice, and then I just had to do everything in the right order, and then it was like a 2-turn game. Yeah, it was probably like a 10-minute game, maybe. It was pretty fast.
If he locked him behind other characters and prevented Leech from basing the Black Panther or the Hulkbuster,
yeah,
different story. But yeah, him just like setting it out there, it's like, oh man,
different story.
buffet.
Maybe the same ending.
Maybe the same
Kind of
ending.
depends, but yeah.
It definitely would have restricted you a lot
Oh,
further.
it totally would have, 100%. So, but yeah, that was a great matchup for me. It was easy. And then going on to Anthony Robnett, I was like kind of iffy playing against him because he has Cable, he's got Hadar, he's got all these pulse waves. And at first I'm like counting up my team. I'm like, you know what? I think I can just halt Mutant most of his team. So this was an instance where I had halt Mutant on my team, mostly like defensively because I kind of figured non-theme, I'm not going to go first that much at all. But on this big map, he couldn't totally get all the way to me, at least not how I counted. So I kind of waited out the first turn. Second turn, I moved Flash up there, halt Mutant on everybody, did a ton of free damage, and then just kind of had to keep the King Jefferson and Flash Raptor back a little bit. And then when they finally bombed, it was just kind of cleaning up there. It's a really fun game. We're like joking around the entire time. We're razzing each other. Stefano and like some of their other locals, you can hear him in the background just... Dude, it was so funny. These guys were so much fun to play against and play with because I can be like, I kind of like to make jokes when I play. I like to be a little mouthy when I play. And
it's
that
fun.
was like all what these guys were doing. It was a blast. Anthony was like, I bet you can't kill Hadari in this turn too. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. It was so much like those are just such fun games to play. And then, I was like super excited. I made it to the final table, and no matter what the outcome was going to be, I was going to be really happy. I was going to be very satisfied with the fact that I could have gotten like second or first. I was very like cool with that. But I ended up winning. I played against Anthony Berrigan, and I'm terrified, dude. Like that's a great player.
That was literally the
really
name
good player.
like, for like weeks. Calder was like, I don't know about the Berrigan brothers.
I keep saying, dude, yeah.
He's like, those guys are really going to be tough to get around.
Yep. So
he's right.
I was scared. Yeah.
Very proven players. They always cook up something nasty.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it was a great game. It's still up on the channel. I think I made mistakes in all of my games, especially for a team that's like very heavy on doing things in the right order. But I was still able to go with it. So I still was able to win that game. You were kind of saying it was scary when I didn't ping Kamo for some damage to get him off invincible before I dropped the Jefferson bomb. I will say something huge that worked in my favor is he crit missed with Blackheart, and that means he was just able to die from a bomb, and like that's it, nothing else. Like that was so nice. Like I totally could have thrown.
I was thinking
some
like
knockback.
If he didn't crit miss, I was like, oh, you can just zero ring.
Yeah,
choose the knockback.
I can still
dead.
just free knockback him somewhere, and then just
And with the way that
Jefferson
you
bomb
moved
him.
your whole team up, I was like, if Blackheart was still there, which assuming the bomb didn't kill him, I was like, I feel like he still would have gone pretty easily.
Yeah.
So
there was just some good positioning there. Kamo was still scary, but dude, shout out the chain. I love constructs. I'm a huge fan. I love putting them on teams. Like being able to generate a construct, there's so much you can do. In modern, a little bit less so, but in silver especially, that's just a huge toolkit that you get access to, and I love them. I literally love generating constructs. Oh my gosh, so much. One of my favorite game mechanics ever in HeroClix. It's so much fun. So when I was able to do a lot of damage to his team, but like Kamo is still a very real and scary threat, I popped out the chain and I was terrified. I'm like, I'm a 13 out of 19. I have so much prob on my team. I hadn't used any of it this turn. Certainly I can roll a 6 and I can make Kamo immobile, like, or 0 speed for a turn. I crit miss with the chain, and then finally prob, and I hit. Like, I crit miss prob, and then I finally hit the third attack. And I'm like, really? I was gonna crit miss twice with a construct.
that hurts.
Who decided that? Again, the one-click character doesn't feel good to crit miss, especially when you got especially when you got
start
Black
sweating,
Vulcan
dude.
on the sideline. You're like, well, I can't even bring him in. No one can take the action to bring him in. Dude, a crit miss.
Yeah.
Like that's the worst. So. But that was a great game. Anthony was hard fought, really good player. He strategically like destroyed a ton of my terrain. He got through my dumpster fire. He destroyed my upper body, like all these things. And I was still just like terrified. I'm like, dude, he's very good, very sound player. But we were able to win, and I was very happy with it. So yeah, it's cool being a state champion again. I haven't been a state champion since 2019 South Dakota States, so that's pretty fun.
Nice.
And then the last like organized event like this I think I won was the CCO back in 2023 in Sioux Falls. Like that would have been the last caliber of event like this, I would have won. So it feels pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, this
It
was
was pretty fun.
a really sick team. And yeah, seeing you start 0-2, I was like, oh, God.
Pressure makes diamonds.
Yeah.
We did it.
We did it,
Thank
boys.
goodness.
Yeah, just crazy. How important would you say Halt Mutant was for this team?
It's not super important on my end. I didn't use it every single game because in Silver, there's a lot of things that don't need to be within 4 of you to attack. So things like, what's his face? Carnage Silver Surfer can kind of get around Halt Mutant. He's got a big speed, like big range value. The Spot, a lot of my team would just already move up and not worry too much about your placement. So Halt Mutant shuts down this team, which is why I need Black Panther. Halt Mutant so much on my end gives me the breathing room I need for things like anything close combat based, right? So I don't get blown up right away. But anything range, it's not great. Like there's a lot of Blackheart that ignores Halt Mutant. This dude's got 7 range.
Yeah.
For the most part, I would Halt Mutant on Flash Raptor or Brother Voodoo. Brother Voodoo, if I could get him to where you couldn't shoot him. And so that way he would actually protect more of the team because I could move him out forward. Flash Raptor, I don't love Halt Mutating unless it's on an indoor map because then you can just shoot Flash Raptor.
Yeah.
There's just so much big range. So I think Halt Mutant is less useful in Silver Age, but there were still games that I won because of it. Like against Anthony, I think because I was able to Halt Mutant his team, that was just huge. He couldn't move around his pieces as freely as he usually could have been. So I wouldn't say it's the most necessary, but it definitely should be on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just curious because you look at all the components of this, and I'm sure people pre-explanation, you have an idea of what he's doing, but it's all of these pieces. It's man, if I just get in there, these things die.
Oh, totally. Yeah. My team loses to itself pretty handily, I would say. Well, actually, no, not really.
It's more so just
it's kind of iffy.
There's not a whole lot of reducers. There's not really any defense here. You have a Fortify to protect things.
It's Fortify, the upper body, and honestly, you're kind of surprised how well 3 probs, pretty cool. But a lot of these things don't totally die in one attack. But I have a ton of 5-click characters on my team that have no reducers whatsoever.
It's just weird how it's if you kill a lot of this team, it doesn't necessarily stop the engine of the team either.
No.
Flash Raptor and King Jefferson, King Jefferson can still get across the board with Flash if you need him to.
Yep.
He's not going to bomb the same turn, but if he's in the starting area, it's okay, now the pressure's on. King Jefferson could be there. So it's weird how it's initially viewing this team, I was oh, well, I'm sure if you kill a couple things, it's just a bike without wheels. But the more that I've looked at it, it's I don't think that's really the case just because, yeah, the amount of free damage it does is pretty much you're on a timer.
Yeah.
And those free damages just, they continue to stack up.
Dude, they eat away. It's it's so good. So many games are just I don't even have to, the last turn is usually I just do this.
Yeah.
And it's there's no dice, there's no whatever. It's just, I'll remove a Twisted Wish token. There you go. You're gone, or knockback, whatever.
But
Bye.
definitely the biggest takeaway from this, folks, is you should give Frogman with the Influence Ring a
please.
try. Do you hate Felix Faust, the little 30-point guy who shuts off stuff? Triple knockback, he did.
Can't stand him.
Commissioner, goodbye. 1 to 80 flash, see ya.
Yep.
Other 3-click or 2-click or 1-click characters, goodbye.
Just him on his own on a team for 35 points when you have the Influence Ring on him. Not even run 0 or whatever else. He's just so good, and he's so much fun. He's goofy. He's Frogman. He's just bouncing into people. Dude, it's
he can knock back friendly characters, too, so he can help your reach.
Yep.
Frogman is, dare I say, a slept-on piece. But it's so hard to have slept-on pieces when you have a field of, 6,000 things.
Yeah.
But genuinely, the Frogman Legacy is super legit, super fun. I've had a blast playing it. I think it's also one of the HeroClix interactions I've laughed at the hardest.
Yeah.
This was years ago, but you were practicing against Matt, and you moved Frogman next to his Faust and went, he dies. And Matt's how? You're I'm going to knock back. Okay. I'm going to knock back. I'm going to knock back. And Matt's just stunned. But the fact that you just moved him next to him and just goes, he's dead.
He's dead. It rules. It's so fun to be yeah, because otherwise Faust is this little annoying super senses, blah, 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 whatever. Ooh, make 6 damage. Whatever, dude. Just die.
Yeah, see ya.
Push over, just shove. You're shoving Faust into a locker with Frogman. Dude. It's awesome. Yeah, like there's just so much. All these little bystanders people play. The Phoenix bystander,
Bye.
PJ Lucas, like all these things. See ya. Bye. Copycat. Bye. See ya. Like
You just deal like
all
3
these things-
damage to a Carnage Surfer.
yeah, dude. Oh, it's so funny.
Cripple people.
Carnage Server is super easy. You deal 2 damage, then he goes on to toughness, then you bomb him, then you deal 1 more damage, and he's done. Like, once you just get the flow of, like, when I need to deal damage and when I don't, like, and which damage needs to happen first, it's so easy.
Yeah.
Being able, especially a Carnage Surfer, when he heals, and he was a pain in the butt for, like, 2 years, and I hate him, I can't stand him, just to be like,
Revenge tour.
this, bye. See ya. You don't get to see the top line. You don't even get to think about
I don't
looking
care
at the top
about your
line.
free Conchu prop. I don't care
Yeah.
about your senses or your shape change.
Don't care about any of that. And that's another thing. Super senses, easily. I mean, probably like one of my least favorite powers just ever. I can't stand super senses. And so
Super
much
senses
stuff
can't
is just-
stand you either.
Oh, no. It doesn't let me succeed.
It's a hate relationship.
It is. It absolutely is. Like, when Calder rolls super senses, don't you dare let this man succeed.
Put him in the dirt.
Yep. When Calder's playing against super senses, make sure if it's like the 50-50, it's always the 4. Eat that, sucker. If I only have it on a 6.
Dude, it is
gonna hit the 6.
so much worse if somebody has a 50-50 and they roll the 4.
I hate
like a
it.
4 through 6 is the succeed, but when it's a 4, it's like, really?
Yeah.
Did you really? I'm sure there's also going to be some kind of like discourse around like, well, Ian, you just went on this big long rant about how Halt Mutant prevents people from playing, and yet you're praising a team that Calder built that doesn't roll dice. To that, I say Silver is such a more open field of nasty stuff. And honestly, if we look at like what has made Silver what it is now, this has been the name of the game for Silver forever. Minimizing your dice rolls.
Yeah.
Like what shined in previous metas? Dice replacement. I don't have to roll. I just put a
Yeah.
6 in it. Whatever. Free damage. Always good. This is just, I don't think any of these figures are like ban worthy either.
No, I really don't think so.
Maybe Leech, but like,
Come on.
Yeah, I know.
25-point piece that's got this.
I know I said maybe,
Yeah, maybe.
but like, yeah, like without, and like Leech is so easy to take down. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess Leech really is like the Lich-Pin. If you have heavy reducers and you kill Leech, this team
It's
is
way
scared.
more difficult. Yeah, I am pretty scared.
But there's so many other teams, like, a Cable, like, pulse waving this team.
Oh, yeah.
It's just dead.
Yeah, 100% it's just dead.
So, like, this feels
That's
like
what
there's
all mutants for.
reasonable,
That's why I
like,
need that.
counterplay to it. And it's
Yeah.
also just very funny.
Dude, it's hilarious. Just being able to go like, yep, this, that's dead. Just like pointing at things on the board. Just being like, yep, this is how that happens. Like,
Twisted Wish.
It rules. I love Twisted Wish. I had Premature Celebration pretty bad when I realized that Anthony still had Fortify on an attack, and I was like, okay, sorry. I was getting way too hyped when what I do. I pulled out a sword and I had it attack Kamo, and then the sword rolled like a 5 and a 6 on its blades, and he missed Impervious, and I was like, Twisted Wish, and then he fortified. I'm like, oh, dang, whatever. Well, I guess I'll still Twisted Wish, but all right, take a turn, and then I Twisted Wish the next turn, and then I still win. But I was still just like, all right.
Would have been
not
cooler
bad.
if I...
It's getting a little high, getting a little... You were getting jazzed up when you're at the top table.
Kamo's nasty.
Kamo is so nasty. And like mad respect to Anthony, because like I also built a Kamo team that I wanted to play, but I was like, dude, I think I can just win without rolling dice. This is way more fun. But I love Kamo. I think Kamo's awesome.
I think
He gets
Kamo didn't get his time in the sun in Modern.
He really didn't, dude. He goes he's great counter to Halt Mutant. He does not care about it. He's just got standard powers. And Kamo's just a cool piece.
He is,
He does
dude.
fun stuff. He can combo with bystanders, one of our favorite like game elements like ever. There's all sorts of fun bystanders to put on your team that he can play with. And then he's just a charge freaking dude. He's a beast. He teleports all over the map because he can choose a character within whatever.
Yeah.
The shark puts in a lot
Every
of work.
equipment in the game is seemingly good on him.
Dude, yeah.
Animal Man, Arc Arms, a Hell Cycle.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy how much stuff is good on him.
It was just that he was, 110 points, so he was just a little too many points. And, Spider-Man was also at the same time.
Well, there was an archived video. It never came out. Where when Kamo was first released, I built some teams with him.
Yeah.
And at the end of the video, I was like, and Kamo might give Prime Spider-Man a run for his money. Yeah, that video just never... I don't know.
Still
it's
coulda.
on my computer.
It's funny.
some very early building. Like, I built a construct drop-off team where you'd give the Shark wild card with A60 Spider-Man, copy Green Lantern, carry a bunch of construct droppers 16 squares because the Shark can move, free move, and then you just have all this like just nonsense in your opponent's face.
I love that.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's crazy though. Like, I feel like Kamo, I think the best he did was he got, was it top 16 or top 8? Oscar Galindo, I
think
believe,
he did.
Was still playing him at the time. Because I remember watching him beat Lucas Van Holland when he was playing the Ursa Non Ultra Chase team. And just the amount of rollouts he had with like Genesis APOC, blah, blah, blah. Kamo was like not dying. And that was the biggest argument against him, was that he's way too easy to kill. And I was like, I just watched one be impenetrable for like 50 minutes straight. Anyway, Kamo is cool.
He is
and
cool.
He continues to be a silver king.
That's right. He deserves it.
Repaint that crown silver, baby.
Hey, heck yeah.
Well, I think we have some listener questions.
We do have some listener questions. Let's peep them. Let's take a quick little look. If you want to ask us questions and also just support the show, you can do so by joining our Patreon. For as little as $5 a month, you get access to our Discord. We'll hang out in general sometimes. We'll chat it up. If you want to complain about your ELO to Bill, this is where you can find him pretty reliably, too. Yeah. So feel free to do that. But
this is Bill's Nest.
It's true. It really is.
You've heard of Phoenix Nest.
Now, welcome to Bill's Nest.
Why does it smell weird?
Yeah, dude. It's just like, it's like cardboard and duct tape. It's like,
this is like, this no girls allowed.
Oh, my gosh. Chance McCall asks, what would you suggest a new player bring to a tournament other than their HeroClix storage and then transport stuff for HeroClix?
A good attitude.
A good attitude. I should say always bring a PAC and a rule book for quick reference. I think that's always very good. If you don't have a line of fire tool, I would recommend a new player get one of those. And that's just like those little name tag things that are a retractable.
I want a laser one. I need to.
The laser ones are cool. I need to replace the batteries in my laser one. I have one, and it's just dead. You get those are the brand is Army Painter, and you can get a laser that is a straight line, and those rock. Those are like one of the coolest things ever. I had one for years.
What's it called though? Like,
I think if you call like Army Painter, because that's the brand.
Well, like what's that style of laser projection?
Laser line.
Laser line.
Maybe. I honestly don't know. I got this like
those are helpful though.
10 years ago. Those are awesome. I would say that's worth like the $20 or whatever it costs for one of those things, because things are awesome. I love those a lot. But yeah, I would say basically PAC, good attitude, line of fire tool.
Yeah, you know, just accept that you might have some tough matchups and that you're there to learn. Because in any game that has like a high skill ceiling that has a lot of exploring in that higher echelon as well, you're just going to have to accept that people have been hanging out there for a while.
Yeah. Alex the Enchanter asks, there have been many manga and anime about tabletop games. A lot of them are card games like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Card Fight Vanguard, where the games provide special powers. Others are slice of life shows about traditional games like Akara no Go, which is about students competing in tournaments for the classic Japanese or Chinese strategy game. My question is, if you could make a HeroClix anime, which direction would you want it to take and what would it be about? So he's basically saying, should it be like a Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh-esque?
Oh, dude, like Isaac Arnold Berkovitz is Yugi.
Okay,
so and then should it gives be him like the Millennium?
They are very much playing a game, but it's this very serious thing, or is it more of a fun little slice of life romp where they just kind of? I think it should be serious.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's a grand adventure.
I think it's got to be the like high peaks of like drama. Need to happen, right? Like things that would never actually happen in real life.
Yeah.
But like, you know, when is it Kaiba? He like rips up the other Blue Eyes White Dragon so no one else can have him.
Yeah,
dude, like stuff like that should happen.
100%. I'm thinking like literally like 1-to-1 with Yu-Gi-Oh. 100%.
The first battle like city just arc. It's just all about that.
Pegasus has loaded dice. The Millennium Dial Spotter. It's like. He can see through the backs of your cards like before you're allowed to look.
It's just everything is so overly exaggerated. I don't know, like, have you ever seen like Baki or anything? But it's about like just fighting tournaments and stuff basically. And every time there's a new fighter, it usually ends the episode with like a silhouette, and then you see them do something like punch a bag, kick a bag, turn around, whatever. So it's like a new fighter approaches on Isaac's journey. It's like, oh, who could it be? And it's just like you see a robe and it's Adam Friedman, and he's just like, but it's, you know, it's all serious. And then the next episode starts and he's like yawning. He just got out out of bed and wearing his bathrobe.
I want
go
a
play some
David
HeroClix.
Newmark Kaiba.
Oh my gosh!
That's
wow.
what I want.
Man.
Yeah, no, 100% super serious drama. It's
Super
like all
serious.
about the game.
No, the dice. Yeah,
The Shadow Realms is the HC Realms. You've been banished.
have to. Classic.
HC units is like the new kind of like this the Atlas, the new city.
That's like playing HeroClix on a motorcycle with HC units, dude. That's like whatever Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 5,
5Ds or whatever.
it was. Yeah, when it's got the freaking motorcycles. Yeah,
I still like my
100%.
idea of Yu-Gi-Oh! Going to a season where they're playing basketball. You've activated my trap card, which allows me to shoot a 3-pointer. No, if he makes that shot, he'll win the game.
Yugi, you misunderestimated me. What's that? Joey, look, Yug, his jumper's wet. And it's like dripping. It's like, oh. And
He like crosses a
sinking
guy off. His ankles are broken.
He's making bucket after bucket, Yug. What do we do?
Are there even life points? Nobody knows how you actually win.
Oh my gosh. These like the Harlem Globetrotters.
So yeah, Isaac 100% Yugi. Ed
Yeah.
can be his dad.
He's
Keep
like
it
the
canon.
grandpa character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaiba 100%. Yeah, you're sorry, David. You're Kaiba for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
Dave, I mean, but Dave doesn't
who's,
play.
who's Isaac's greatest
That's the
rival?
problem.
Yeah.
Is David doesn't play. Scott Crampton, Kaiba? Is it that? Is that who it would
I
be?
feel like Scott's like almost too goofy to be Kaiba.
We can make him a goofy, serious Kaiba. David's not goofy. Respectfully,
Yeah.
David. Sorry,
He's a
but
goofball,
He's a
too.
he's a little goofball.
Okay, yeah, Scott can be Kaiba, sure.
Who's our Bandit
Who's our-
Keith? Who like you know is kind of like, geez, this guy
Miles
again.
Kane is
Miles
Bandit
Kane is
Keith.
Bandit Keith. He would love that.
Yeah, I
That's
think
perfect.
that works.
No, that works a lot. That works really well. My Valentine is just like Emily. Is that?
Sure.
Yeah, probably, right?
Who's Pegasus, though? Would that have to be like a WizKids employee?
I guess, yeah, Pegasus like owns so much, right? But like a Wizards employee doesn't like play within the game. You know,
Yeah.
they're not like allowed to, or like they don't. So
But they operate behind the
they
shadows.
operate.
Brian Galley, Pegasus.
Brian Galley Pegasus show up to the tournament. Brian Galley has the Millennium Eye on.
But he's still just like regular Brian.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Just really nice.
Yeah,
still.
what's up?
Yeah, I got a new eye.
Yeah, you think it's pretty cool?
It's cool,
He doesn't have his glasses anymore. He just has the
He's
Millennium
just
Eye.
Millennium Eye. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Dude, Joe Harrison is Joey. Just because they're both Joe characters, but Joey's kind of bad at Yu-Gi-Oh, so I don't know.
No, Joe's bad at Hero.
That's true. That's true. He is. He's terrible at HeroClix.
I mean, gosh. What, like, I feel like Joey and JM could be a nice pairing.
They'd be good. I mean, that can be Tristan and Joey.
Yeah, that could be
That's
Tristan and Joey, I think.
right? Yeah, sure.
So what is... Yeah. So
I mean,
Joe is Joey?
Joe is Joey, and John
then
Michael is Tristan.
Sure.
When he turns into a monkey, the robot monkey thing he turns into in that one season. Heck yeah.
Yeah, dude. Okay.
That's
I don't
Who's
really remember
Weevil?
any other...
Adam Freeman. Make him Weevil. That's so funny. He likes bugs. He plays Scarab.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Adam.
There you go.
You're
That works.
Weevil, bro.
You're
I don't
Weevil,
make,
bro.
I don't make
I'm
the rules.
sorry. Is that how
Oh
it
my
works?
gosh, it's so funny.
I can't
Wow.
remember many more Yu-Gi-Oh!
I'm trying to
characters.
think. Yeah, now I'm pushing it. I'm like, who
I
I
like
can
this
actually
universe
remember.
so far, though.
I'm loving it.
Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. But yeah.
Who is that? Jaden?
Yeah.
Is that the main?
Is his rival. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
That's funny.
jeez. Yeah, that rules.
It could be like a...
Oh, you know, if Scott Crampton's Kaiba, then like Scott Crampton's little brother, that's PJ Bolin. You know,
yeah.
Kaiba's little brother, that's PJ.
PJ's his little brother. Dude, I love it.
Oh my
Love
gosh!
this so
Wow,
much.
great question, Alex. That rules. All right, Iron Chef again. Either meta or casual. There are tons of keywords that could use some love. You could pick two, and specifically, what roles in that keyword need to be met? What would you pick? Things like Avengers, Justice League, X-Men aren't applicable. Aren't applicable. So he says, what keyword really needs something bad? I guess,
X-Men needs
is
like support
kind of-
powers right now.
Right now, it does for sure.
Over
There's
the
not
course
a lot
of time,
cheap support for X-Men.
I think the biggest answer is probably like leadership. If your keyword doesn't have leadership, it's tough.
You're hurting.
Like the Super Friends like Super Friends G's.
They have no leadership.
They have the Atom at 50, who it's like, I don't want to play that. It's comparatively just nowhere near how cool and fun the other ones are. And then the other one is Wonder Woman, who's like, okay.
Yeah.
So but that's like not exactly a great example, but immediately my mind goes to leadership. Like JLA, the JLA teams I always played casually. Remember how I never had leadership?
No.
Because it's
Not
like,
really.
I'll play like Flash,
Play some
Green
fun
Arrow,
guys, yeah.
Batman. So, I don't know. Yeah, I think, who does have leadership on Justice League right now? There's honestly not a whole lot of Justice League at the moment.
It's kind of weird because, like, the Avengers have, like, Captain America is their leader. The Justice League in comics, it is like Batman is kind of their leader, and then Superman is like, he inspires them or whatever.
When I think of Batman having leadership,
but you don't think
though,
of Batman
I'm like,
having leadership, but he
doesn't
very much,
feel-
but he
he
very much like
could.
leads the Bat family. He is kind of Justice League's leader, I would say.
maybe
of the
we need
time.
more Batman with leadership.
Yeah, I think so.
It's honestly a pretty fair thing for Batman to have, but at the same time, it's like, he leads them, and you're like, all right, Batman, we're working together. He's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
I'm a loner. I work alone, but kind of not really. But sometimes,
like, come hang out with me later. Maybe.
But I'm by myself. But also, I have 13 adopted children, and my butler is my cool.
I'm
such a cool guy.
by myself, but I did just order a lot of pizza.
I did order that pizza. I got some cheese ones.
I got
know
a
some of
Red
you
Box,
guys.
too.
You
50
Batman
first dates, if you've seen
ordering pizza in Redbox.
it. Just hoping
Jeez.
someone shows up.
Just saying, if you want to, you don't have to.
Yeah,
But if you
you don't
want
have
to,
to.
it's there.
I'll be around.
Yep.
Anyway.
Doors unlocked. Okay. Yeah.
Leadership is the biggest thing, though. So, like, insert any team that lacks leadership.
Yeah.
I think that's like, it's just an essential power to like
It is.
build out an army with. Specific keywords that could use some love right now.
This is kind of a tough one.
When are we going to get an Alpha Flight?
to do off
all
rip?
together?
When are we just going to get Alpha Flight? Period. I think number one, I guess we have to be objective about Alpha Flight. Do they usually have any TK or mobility? I don't think so. I think they're all just kind of attackers. Yeah, I guess Shaman does usually a TK or something, but they aren't even all together.
No.
Make them all together at once. I
I
say,
want Great Lakes Avengers to get some love
oh my
in general.
gosh, dude. I would kill to have like a Pulp all-star Great Lakes Avengers team.
Yes.
They're all goofy, but they're goofy in a way that like these guys are kind of good. But like in Pulp. And like
Yes.
that's like it. Like just in commons, uncommons, they're actually pretty legit. That would be so sick. Yup. Anyways. So like that would be really cool. I think Shield doesn't have a lot of heavy hitters for the most part. So
Yeah.
like Shield historically is a lot of these little spy people that are some range based guys, but Shield, I think they had their heaviest hitter and like there was a Hulk that had Shield at one point. But they need some they need some past keyword 50-point bruisers. And like Shield doesn't get a lot of love. It's a lot of just little minions and leadership. And there's not like a ton of things outside
There's
of that.
never much glue to put it together.
No, not really. So I
They
think
have too
Shield-
much of like the overhang piece that you connect things to
Yep.
or whatever, but never enough glue to get it all looking good.
That's what I think. Soldier, kind of what I talked a lot about Soldier. Soldier doesn't have a lot of support powers. Soldier doesn't have a lot of prob. There's not a lot of
Same with martial
probability
artist.
control. Martial artist. Martial artist is a tough one to get TK on.
Yeah.
Not a lot of TK for martial artists.
Samurai. Super friend.
That's true. I was like, who? I was thinking Samuroid when you first said that. I'm like, he doesn't have TK. But yeah, Samurai does have it. The wind guy, hurricane guy.
Yeah, like generics, martial artist. What else? Martial artist, soldier.
A keyword I really
Mystical.
like. I like building with Brute. Brute obviously has like a lot of heavy hitters. They have some movement, which is cool, but they miss a lot of like perplex, outwit, probability control. Brute's not really outwitting a lot of people typically,
No.
so they need a lot more of that in like cheaper forms. Man, I'm trying to think of like other keywords I really play where I'll just build it and I'll be like, dude, they don't have it.
Yeah.
But I think it's like Shield and
Justice
Soldier are a
League is
little
one I'm
rough.
always visiting.
Justice League is kind of rough.
And Justice League, yeah, they're missing out on a lot of stuff. That's why Flash was so great too, is he was just also a 30-point leadership.
So good.
So
good.
And then I don't know, like I feel like a lot of the keywords I like Gotham City, I feel like I can pretty much get whatever I need.
Gotham City, because it has some bleed over into the villains and the heroes, and like Commissioner Gordon. You
Yeah.
get Commissioner Gordon's pretty good Gotham City support. Him, the older like Barbara Gordon, Renee Montoya, like those figures kind of give some good Gotham support. Alfred, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, you get plenty of
Pretty
whatever
handy.
you need. Justice League is like again me. Those are like the primary keywords I like building with. JSA just needs more figures in general.
Yeah.
They're missing, just frankly, a lot of stuff. I really like the JSA. And you can bleed the JSA in with the JLA using the super rare Jay Garrick, but doesn't really count in my book. I would just like some more JSA pieces. Kind of devolving the question into like, I want more of this.
More of this figure, more of that figure. Of this keyword, yeah.
That's a good question. I think the blanket answer to that is just like, it'd be nice if keywords were like guaranteed leadership in some fashion.
Yeah, I think when a set comes out, if we just use like Land and Legacy, for example, I think there's a leadership in every single core. I want to say so without checking at all. Maybe not Star Sapphire because there are only like 3 figures made for Star Sapphire, but like Red Lanterns, they definitely have like Atrocitus and stuff. We definitely have like a Hal Jordan and like Ganthet and things. I think there's a leadership in Green Lantern. There's got to be. Oh, Kilowog, duh.
Yeah.
Blue has a leadership. Black has a leadership. Pretty sure Black Hand has it somewhere on there, or at the very least, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they don't all.
I don't know if the Black Lantern has one.
Dang, but
I think most of what you just said is accurate.
Okay.
Orange has one.
Orange definitely has one. It's very true. So things like that, like when a set comes out with a sub theme, it would be good if the sub themes are a major part of the set. Yeah, they should have a taxi, someone with flight, TK. Typically, you want a leadership, and then some decent attackers. It's kind of really what you look for.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. Last question, also from Chance. He asks, with Doomsday coming up, I assume he means Avengers Doomsday, the movie, do you think we will get Mephisto? Maybe. Mephisto is in.
He's talking about Doomsday on the come up, the Superman villain, for sure.
Okay. Well, he is on the up and up. Doomsday, he's kind of died and came back to life.
Just signed to Death Row Records.
A lot of times right now. Doomsday he's on the up and up, but
yeah. After that whole controversy with Superman, it's just hard to come back.
It is hard. Well, Superman's in a lot of songs. So Superman's he makes his mark known. He really actually kind of is. I don't know if you ever noticed
Soldier
Superman
Boy.
Exactly. Yeah, Soldier Boy. There's literally a song called Kryptonite. There's an odd amount of country songs that mention Superman in them, which I think is kind of weird as just being like, I'm a kid.
You don't talk on Superman's cape.
You don't talk on Superman's cape. The song where it's like, I want to do what you do is like this Toby Keith kid kind of being mesmerized by his dad, and he wants to be like his dad.
I want to wear tight blue and red clothes like you,
kind of.
Dad.
He goes like, Dad, you're Superman, basically things like that. So, yeah, Doomsday had to fight, a lot to get to where he is, having a grudge with a titan like that in the music industry. Mm-hmm. But Doomsday's new album, Mephisto.
Yeah, we'll see.
Or maybe the single Mephisto will be in Doomsday's next album, but we'll see.
Do you think Mephisto's in the movie though?
In Avengers Doomsday, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I hope he's not.
Yeah,
kind of. If I'm being honest.
Unless it's the same person who played him in Ghost Rider. I don't even know who that is.
Some random old guy.
I mean, Mephisto could be. If he is, that's fine. I don't
weird.
think so. I'd bet on no.
Yeah, I'd bet on no. There's just so much going on in Avengers Doomsday. They have to. I mean, there really should be no other villains besides Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
He should be completely fleshed out. He needs to make sense why he's Robert Downey Jr. All this stuff needs to make sense. And then plus also just the X-Men are going to be there. Captain America's coming back. The Fantastic Four, the Wakandans, the new Avengers, the Thunderbolts, the normal Avengers, whoever those people even are right now.
Yeah.
Sam Wilson and Ant-Man or something. I don't even know. Right? There's so much that has to happen. It kind of feels like Endgame all over again. I'm like, dude, there's 50 people in this movie, and it all has to be relatively satisfying. Especially after the last couple of years of the MCU, you really got to make it good, and it has to appeal to a lot of the different parts of the fandom that likes the X-Men, likes the Fantastic Four, likes the Avengers, likes the Thunderbolts, likes Doctor Doom. There's a lot to balance with it. I don't know how to feel about Doomsday. I'm half excited. I'm excited and kind of not at the same time, because the MCU's just kind of sucked for a long time with a few glimmers of oh, that was good here and there. But it's also just not the way it was back in 2011, 2012 when you're a kid watching it dude, this is new and exciting every single time.
Is that just getting older? No, it's getting worse.
No, MCU is definitely getting worse.
It's both.
Yeah, it's both.
But it's definitely...
But the MCU is definitely worse, more so.
It's, obviously going to go see Doomsday.
Oh, of course. But opening night, absolutely. I'll be there.
I'm not... Yeah, I'll probably join you,
Yeah,
but
it'll be fun.
I'm not like, it's not like Endgame where I was literally like, let's go. It's not like Infinity War where I'm waiting.
Endgame and Infinity War were literally like, for me, you know, get in costume, be excited like all day. Don't drink any water for like 3 hours before Endgame. So I'm like, I don't want to pee during this movie. And then up like do the roar in theaters. Obviously, when Captain America picks up Mjolnir. Spoilers for Endgame. That pop was insane.
Oh yeah, I stood out of my chair,
dude. Watching Avengers back in 2012. I'm like 13 at the time. Dude, the entire theater like clapped. It wasn't cheesy.
People were cheering.
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh, and it rocked.
Oh my gosh,
then again, it goes more to say that Marvel movies are events.
They are events.
Less so than movies.
Oh, Deadpool and Wolverine gets worse every time you rewatch it.
I was excited for that one.
It was awesome to watch and be like, whoa, you know, Blade, X-23, blah, blah, Gambit, all that stuff. But now you're just like, oh yeah, this is just a plot that says these things have to happen for these characters to do this. And then, whoa, look at character. And I'm like, now that that's like worn off, not really a good story. Not really a like good movie. Fun time. Really fun time. Really awesome event. I would like, there's no other movie I'd want to like be next to you and Simeon and be like, oh, Simeon. That's Wolverine. No, that's so much fun.
I think the last like Marvel movies I can think of where I was like truly excited to be like, all right, yeah, like let's go see it. Ironically, was Eternals. I was very excited for it.
Were you actually excited for Eternals?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like a new chapter.
Oh, okay.
You know, I thought it was going to open up all these things. I thought we were going to get like this really cool, you know, kind of like puppetry look at things.
Okay.
Like these are gods. These are like a level above heroes. Like how do they interact with that? And it largely ended up being like they don't. The movie was bad.
The movie was so bad.
And then the other one, even though like so this is a little different, but I remember being like really excited for Venom early on because it was like a solo project, and I was like, how are they going to make this cool without Spider-Man? You know, I had a lot of questions, but the casting I thought was pretty good. And then as time went on, I got less and less and less and less excited about Venom, where it's like, you know, you hear an interview with Tom Hardy where he goes, yeah, we cut 50 minutes of the exposition. It's like, oh. And then, yeah, I don't think I ended up seeing that one until like a month later. But I remember like before Venom was like a fully fleshed out project.
Yeah.
That was the last project. I was like, I can't wait to see this. This is going to be really cool.
That's so funny. We have very different takes.
So like
duds. Yeah. We have very different takes. I loved Venom. Venom is actually like probably one of my favorite movies.
Venom,
dude,
Venom.
Honestly.
Kalder.
Kalder. Ugh, you. No, I didn't. You. Gross. But I watched Venom like twice in theaters. My entire family loves Venom. We like love Tom Hardy in it. Just watching him be sick is hilarious. But I'm not a Spider-Man fan. I'm not a Venom fan. So that should be your takeaway is I'm not a fan of Venom the character. I kind of hate Spider-Man as a like concept, as a character. I don't hate him as a concept. I love him as a concept. Spider-Man is actually a very important character. But anyways, like I don't like Venom like at all as a character. It doesn't do anything for me. Not really, no.
I like him.
It doesn't do it. I mean, like I like Agent Venom. That dude rocks. Like that concept of being like, yeah, this is like my redemption. That's cool. But Eddie Brock as a character with Venom doesn't do anything. Eddie.
Calder.
You're a loser, Eddie. You lost Nebraska, Calder. Go to Arizona. Don't roll die. Whatever you say, symbiote. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But no, I love Venom. I love that movie. And like those are movies that progressively get worse. Like they don't start very high.
Frame of that. He won Arizona State. No, we did. Venom like comes out of your body partially. You guys high five, freeze frame.
Yeah.
Roll credits.
Play
$1 million ideas just
there. It is
guys.
just going
Crazy.
Flowing on the Dial Tree podcast.
Flowing. But that's enough flow. This is our longest episode in a minute.
It's been a really long episode.
It's been a while since we've recorded though.
Been a while since we've been.
I hate that my mind also just goes there immediately.
Oh, instantly. Yeah. I love Stained.
Doesn't even matter who I'm around. I'm at work and I've done that.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's been a while. Been a while since you've done something loosely related to hotel work.
On my own. But yeah, all right, guys. This is episode 580. We enjoyed it.
Woo!
It was a blast. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Blah, 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 blah. Go to coolstuffing.com. You can find cool stuff in stock every day, including all latest HeroClix singles and sealed products.
The coolest.
Use code DIAL5, 5% off your cool stuffing order, go to shop.whizkids.com. Use code DIALH10 for 10% off your HeroClix order over there.
Dang
Not
right.
usable with certain promos, iconics, or pre-orders. If you want to be like Chance and Alex that ask us really fun questions that make us go on tangents, you can join our Discord by joining our Patreon at Dial H Podcast, patreon.com, somewhere, some combination there. You'll figure it out. You're smart. It's a link in the podcast description anyways.
Bang.
Super easy. If you're not already subscribed to us on YouTube, we live stream tournaments when we go to them. We upload videos about unboxings. We upload our podcast, all sorts of fun team building videos, whatever. Check us out on Dial H for HeroClix on YouTube. Like us on Facebook. If you also want to send us a question, but you don't want to give us any money, I get it. Not going to bother me. You can send us an email at dialhforheroclix@gmail.com or send us a message on Facebook and say like, hey, this is a question for the show. And then feel free to ask Ian or I a question. But that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching.
And before we go, every package for the Clixies has been shipped out except for one.
Yes.
So, Clixceratops, personally, if you are still listening, sorry about that. You have a very large package, but we're going to do that over the weekend. It'll get out next week. So, anyway, keep on listening to Dial H for HeroClix, the coldest HeroClix podcast on the planet.
Happy trails.
Yeah.